Good evening, good evening, good evening. Blessings to each and every last one of you. Thank you all so much for tuning in yet again another night with the Truth Be Told TV family. Shout out to my family in the back, my man who runs my content. Shout out to all my moderators of blessings. Peace, love, and blessings to each and every last one of you all. Shout out to V. Shout out to let me see you in the comment section. Shout out to my girl V. Shout out to Tip. Shout out to Miss Sint. Blessings, blessings, blessings. Peace, love, and blessings. Once again, thank you all for tuning in yet again. Another night with Truth Be Told TV family. I ask that when you all come in, please hit that like button, comment, share, subscribe to our channel. Therefore, when we go live, you will get the notification. Once again, please hit that like button, comment, share, subscribe to the channel. So when we go live, you will get the notification. So first up, I got my boy Mr. Bass. Mr. Bass, what's up, love? Where you at, baby?
Good evening. Good evening. How are you, boss lady?
Truthful, I'm sleepy, but I'm making through. I'm blessed, but however, I'm sleepy.
I know. I hear you.
Yeah, long day. How are you today?
I'm doing a whole lot better than I was last night.
Oh, yeah. Oh,
Yep.
yeah. That night air, I tell you the truth. I tell you the truth.
Yeah, I want to thank everybody for joining us, and we welcome you to Truth Be Told. Peace and blessings to you. Hit the like button, subscribe, share, and hit that bell icon so you'll be notified when we go live. Peace and blessings to you. I hope you enjoy the show tonight.
All right, all right, all right. Next up, we got Mr. What's up, Mister? My boy, Mister. What's up, babe?
Hello, hello, blessings. Can you hear me?
I hear you now.
All right, all right. I was having a little trouble, man, getting this headphone set up. But um, yeah, blessings to y'all. Thanks for everyone coming tonight. To everyone in the chat, our moderators, the TV family. You know, uh, thank y'all tonight. And blessings to you, boss lady, Mr. Bass. To all the ones that's in the chat, our moderators and everything. So yeah, I hope
What's your
everybody's
day
having a good
today,
day.
mister?
Rainy. It's pouring. So, but other than that, I can't complain. I was blessed to wake up, see another day,
Amen.
to do.
Sorry for your loss as well.
Hey, thank y'all, and I thank everyone that has been in my corner for this. Man, we've been dealing with a lot here these past 3 weeks.
Yes, that devil been busy, baby.
Right.
All those dark forces at work, they coming together. It ain't enough for us coming together in the body of Christ.
True
We
that.
ain't coming together like we supposed to. But it's well. God got us covered, baby. It's nothing. Baby,
Amen.
that look cold and whatever else will be through. But also you must know, Mister, that to be absent from the body is to be present with the what? The Lord, baby. I love you as well.
Love you too,
You
boss
don't
lady.
gotta worry about nothing on this earth no more, baby. Okay?
Yeah.
This evil ass earth and that.
Yes.
Okay, shout out to Valerie. What's up, Miss Val? Blessings. My
How you
girl,
doing,
Miss
Miss Tyler?
Miss Sid, say hello, Mister.
How you doing, Miss Cynthia? Blessings. Glad everyone showed up. Tip V. So
Yes. We gotta
I'm
check on
ready.
kids too.
Yes, yes. She
Yeah.
was. She said she was.
Yeah,
Doing.
flaring.
Man, yeah. I mean, this devil been trying to attack us around here.
It's well though. I gotta go back to the doctor Thursday for this look. I was thinking that it was a mole, but however, I gotta go back and make sure it's nothing with my skin.
Okay.
So it's well. I don't claim it. It's good. So,
Amen.
you know. But
Mhm.
hey.
Hey, I gotta say, man, I've been learning a lot this week. You know,
Yeah, yeah. So tell us about it, Mister. What you've been learning this week?
but I mean, most of all, I've been just looking at different things that we done talked about over the months, and we didn't really get to touch on it too much, but it's a lot of things that you brought up, and that it's I'm starting to see. You know, so sometimes we can, like you said, be absent from the mind, but not. How can I put it?
I'm only the messenger, Mister. And maybe Wednesday the show gonna be a little different. Um, I got to get with my son-in-law. I still haven't done it yet because him and my daughter they've been busy and running. Like they own their own business plus working, and they got a lot going on.
Mm,
But I'm gonna see like at what time of his day because I know his weekends are totally off limits. Because he be doing 24-hour shifts on the weekend. So um, I'm gonna get with him to see how can we go about teaching you all cryptocurrency, Bitcoin, wallets, everything of that nature,
right.
to prepare you all for what's next because they are slowly for surely, you all, listen to me, they are slowly for surely about to creep up with this cashless society. These banks are going to be, I already, you remember I told you all that I had seen the bank was stealing from us allegedly, but the
Hmm.
bank is stealing from the people. Reason being is because they're about to do away with the banking system. The banking system is about to be over with. It's just what I seen, and the oh Lord, what was it, Lord? I be writing stuff down because every time the Lord speak or whatever, I just write. And credit unions is going to be great to start putting your money into credit unions.
Hmm.
Start putting your money into credit unions because they're not ran by the government. Um, it's best that if you all have a black, because I think it's one here in Georgia. I'm really not sure. But it's a black owned credit union here in Georgia. I'm really not sure. I just heard about it, but I have to check off into it. Um, but yeah, that's the direction we're moving,
Mhm.
as well as start gardening. You know,
Fruits and vegetables.
doing a garden.
Mm.
Go ahead on. It's nothing to do. I know you, Mister. You got the green finger, and you don't find men that have green fingers.
I love my plants. I love my plants. You know.
You really don't find too many men that has a green thumb. And pretty much how you have your plants growing, Mister. You would mind, it's
Yeah.
going to be useful for you to go out and get some more pots, um, bigger pots to be able to put your crops and everything in. So moving forward, that's what we're going to be discussing, um, as well as like stockpiling on certain type of things,
Mm.
because it's about to be. I told you all, 2023. Please hit me. God has us. We're covered. But however, when He speak, you have to be obedient, because if you don't do as He say do when He speak, then that one thing by you not doing when He speak to you, cost you everything.
Be detrimental to you. You know.
Absolutely. And you have
Yeah.
to be obedient. Like He was telling Noah that, He gave Noah a message, and Noah kept speaking and teaching on the message.
Yeah.
And as he was teaching and speaking on the message, he was steady building his ark,
Now you
steady
know.
building the ark, doing according to what God said. So,
Don't forget to tell them now. Know when God is speaking to you.
huh?
Know when God is speaking to you. You
Yeah,
know.
know when He's speaking to you, because, there could be, listen, like God can be speaking, Satan himself can be speaking, and yourself, your intuition self, can be speaking. So know who speaks when they speak. Okay. And also, it's good to get livestock. I live in rural country, in the country. I live in the country. It's very rural. And I'll tell you all about the time. Listen, they were some beautiful turkeys, mister. They were so big and pretty and clean. Listen, they had the little band around their little ankle thing. So I knew they belonged to somebody. So listen, like, I got out of work and I'm driving home. It's at night, so I done pushed up to the store. Before I can push up to the store, I see them motherfuckers. They like chicken livers, but they
Mhm.
were big, pretty turkeys. Like they was running. They was trailing each other, running like they had ran away from wherever they were. You know what I'm saying? So I'm like, man, I'm about to get them motherfuckers. Like, I'm about to get them motherfuckers. At that moment, I ain't gonna lie, I wanted them turkeys so bad, because I was like, I'm gonna go and put them put them at the house and have my yard guy to be a little chicken coop thing. You know what I'm saying? And listen, I told my son, I said, baby, it's some turkeys. He said, man, I don't touch them turkeys. He was like, man, where you gonna put them at? Because if you put them in your car, he was like, man, you gotta drive home, which is about 5 more minutes. So he was like, man, they gonna be probably going wild in the car. Don't do
I
that,
mean,
mom. You don't got
I,
nothing to put them in. So I'm like,
turkey get. Hey, yeah, get on the defensive side now. You
for
know.
real, for real. And I'm thinking about, like having a lake, a pond. No, having a pond built at my home so that I can have some fish put into it. So it's just things that you can kind of look at moving
Mhm.
forward. That's just what I want to do. But however, I have to consult God to see what He want me to do.
Right.
But I know most definitely,
Some vegetables.
moving forward, we have to do. I have to do that bank transfer, because I'm with Bank of America as well as Chase. So moving forward, I am going to have to move for them, and I've been with them for many years. But anywho, we're gonna discuss it on another day, y'all. But shout out, shout out, shout out. We got my boy Big Vi. What's up, Big
Big
Vi?
five. Big
Sister,
five.
what's up? What's up? What's up?
Yeah, Big Five was going in the other night. I listened to
Yeah,
him. I
I
was
know.
like, boy,
Was
Big
that
Five.
yesterday night?
It
Was
was
that Saturday? But was that Saturday or
Fri-
Sunday where we was listening to his live?
Friday night. Friday night.
Okay, because like I was literally asleep, but I was still in here. I was asleep and I heard him, and I was up and down throughout the night, but it was in a good way because I had to get up, do my rounds, nod back off, do my rounds. But I actually heard it, and then on last night as well.
I didn't
Last
catch
night,
last night, but
okay, so you missed the one last night. So yeah,
yeah,
last night as well, because it's actually Mr. Bass had it going in the stream yard.
yeah.
And I got up. That's what I woke up to this morning to get my clients ready for school.
I
So
said, let
yeah,
me
shout
find
out
that Big Five. Man,
to
Big
that.
Five on there going hard. Boy, I was like,
Yeah.
I was like, boy, after hours. Boy,
Look, Miss Cent said she had to work on the garden thing because she killed a rubber tree plant with her silly self.
I got a rubber tree plant. It's still going. I'm learning now.
The hell is a
Yeah,
rubber tree plant, y'all? I don't know. I'm about like I ain't did no garden since I was like yee. Granny taught me though. I know how. I just don't because I don't have the time for it. But how Birdman wants me to do it, we're gonna do that. What Mr. Bass called it? The boys is gonna build me a it's like a long table, but it has boxes like to separate. You know what I'm saying? So and they're gonna be deep, and each crop is gonna go into those boxes. What is it called, Mr. Bass?
A raised garden.
a
Okay,
raised garden. Okay,
okay,
okay.
yeah, a raised garden. And so, Birdman, he already on those chemtrailings and all this. He's like, Mom, like, so, it's going to have it where the house, like the little tin thing or whatever, is going to come over. So the rainwater, nothing will not hit the crops. He ain't with it. I don't care who, what, when, what, why. He ain't with it. He's not with it. So he's like, Mom, no, we not going to do that like that. Chemtrail water be hitting our shit. We gonna be dying around here, like so.
Mm.
Like, so
Hey,
Birdman be on it.
yeah, he be doing his little research,
Yeah,
on the low.
yeah. Look, he talking about he gonna, he gonna do all his little planning on it.
So I got this. That's all right there, bro. Shoot.
Shout
Man,
out to Miss V White. What's up, baby? Blessings. Blessings to each and every last one of you all. I hope and pray that every last one of you all had a great weekend on the weekend. I did.
oh yeah, you did.
Hey,
Yeah.
no, Mr. Like you, I showed the latest my video. You and Mr. Bass wasn't in there, but I showed the latest my video, baby. I listen. I hadn't pop, lock, and drop in so many years, but I was in the comfort of my home. Me and my
Hey,
son, we did go out and drink, and we had us some drinks at his job. And I came back home. They went to sleep on me, but I came back home. Big Mama kept me moving. I started back drinking me some more at the house, listening to the music. Baby, I was turned. And she caught me slipping, baby, baby, baby. So I told everybody that I was gonna go live Saturday, because I was gonna like introduce them to, truth be told, the life of truth be told, and. But unfortunately, it didn't work like that, baby.
that's
So
all
it
right.
didn't work like
Be to it.
that. But I had a great time, though, Milster. I really did.
Hey,
So, anywho, shout out to everyone in the comment section. Shout out to my family on the panel. Shout out to all my moderators. Shout out to everyone. Also, we have someone by the name of Ange Holloway.
how you doing?
This to you,
Blessings.
Ange. Thanks so much for tuning in to Truth Be Told TV. Once again, I ask everybody when y'all come in, y'all go ahead on. It don't cost y'all nothing. Y'all go ahead on and hit that like button. Hit that like button, comment, share. If you're not subscribed to the channel, go ahead on and subscribe to the channel so that when we go live, you will get the notification. So
Right.
Mr. Amp said that's why Beyonce has always been jealous of Ashanti. Ashanti is beautiful, unlike that devil. Whoa. We got another woke.
All right, all right.
I hate using the word woke, but we got somebody else highly conscious that has come to the panel, y'all. Has come to
Mm-hmm.
the Truth Be Told station. That's what's up, baby.
Open thinker. Open
We
thinker.
know, girl. We know. But
Hey,
big bad, big bad. That's it. What y'all think about them not charging cares for Aaliyah in Chicago, but New York charged him? Baby, crooked as the fuck. So that's why we keep it going. Channels like your channel, Big Vibe, our channel, and other channels that's keeping the truth going, and pushing out these lies and just exposing them. That's why. That's why, like I said, that's why we do what we do. We have to shed light on this evil ass shit, y'all, because that's what's going on in the world. It's either, the world has come to people. This is what the world has come to. You know what I'm saying? Lies is truth, and truth is lies. Not by my book. Longest truth, boss lady, and the family over here. Truth be told, we gonna keep it 100 over here, or should I say, like the boys say, 1,000.
style. Keep it
One
style.
thousand. Okay. Boss lady said, B said, yes, boss lady, you were dropping it, girl. Girl, B baby. Baby, I got good leads and good back, baby.
Well, at least you wasn't like
Baby,
me, man. Putting
look,
putting
I
that.
would listen. My whole back was up in the ceiling and my hands out, baby. Hey, look, I had a great time though. My baby, she keeps me going.
Man.
But we gotta get to this content. My baby girl called me. Is USAA Federal Bank not a good institute? No, 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 Demetria.
Military.
No, no, no. Answer her question real quick, Mister. Let me get this call from baby girl.
Mr. Bass would know that because I believe that's military.
Yeah, that's they're a good bank for military people. They look out for the military.
Mhm. So, blessings, Miss Demetria and Parts. Thank y'all for coming. Look, I always thought a credit union was good, but I always thought,
Yeah, I've been with credit union for years, but USAA is a bank. This specializes in
with the military.
military, yeah, military and military families.
Yeah, they don't bank with regular citizens.
No, they don't.
So,
Uh-uh.
you
I mean, long if you have anybody that's been in your family that has been in the military, uh, and even though you have never been in the military, you can get in by them.
know, I always see the commercials on that though. But man, I was going back to what you were saying about building that table, man. That
Raised
for the plant
garden.
raised garden. Yeah, I'm gonna have to
Mm.
look into that, Mr. Bay. I'm still trying to figure out how to do. Oh man, I can't even think of the name of it. Compost. You know, trying to figure out how to do that. So, I'll
Well,
compost that.
I can't help you there. I mean,
Hey,
they're
Smitty.
they're doing it in DC now, but when I grew up, wasn't nobody doing compost in the hood.
I'm back, y'all. That was that baby girl of mine. Baby girl
Yeah,
of mine. So did you guys answer Metria's Miss D question?
Yes, we
oh yeah.
did.
Okay, okay, great, great, great. What's
Hey,
up, Smitty? There go your boy
Smitty,
Smitty.
Smitty, Smitty. Hey, I'm just letting y'all know, man. It is lightning bad here where I'm at. You know
Oh,
what I
well, if
mean?
you gotta get
I'm
off, Mister.
I'm hearing the hell. It's hailing too. So
Okay, yeah.
if it does cut me off, I'll
Can't
try to
tell
get back
someone
in.
spring or fall, baby. But if you gotta get off, it's understood because Granny, baby, when we growing up, Granny ain't play that shit. You gotta turn the TV off, everything, and just lay in there with his pitch black, baby, and pray and go to sleep, take a nap. But um, Mr. Bass, Big Vice said, "How's it going, Mr. Bass?"
What's
Okay,
up? What's up, big guy? What's up? I had spoke to him in the chat.
Okay. So Smitty in the house. Blessings to Smitty. There go Louisa, Birmingham, Alabama in the house. Blessing, Miss Louisa. So Demetrius said, okay, I'll transfer to that bank. Then I have an account. Okay, great. Yeah. Everybody need to start moving their money from these banks and getting you credit unions, please. You'll thank me later. Well, don't thank me, thank God for the message, because I am only the messenger, okay? So yeah, what's up?
Man, this
He said her lights was out. Oh wow.
we're getting it down here in the
The
South.
weather's so crazy in Georgia. I mean, it's like it's wishy-washy, like it's crazy.
Yeah,
But
that South.
I know, right? But I mean, shit. Like I think it was like last week. It was doing all that. Last week or the week. Hell, I don't know. Listen, I don't know when it's gonna rain. I listen. I just don't. I don't watch this, so I don't know. Guess what? When I walk out of work or walk from out of the house, I'm like, oh, it's raining. You know what I'm saying? So, oh, it's storming. Like, I don't. Just don't know what's going on in the world for real, Mister. I don't know what's going on in the world. Only what I research on YouTube to bring the information and the content. That's a great thing, though. Yeah, whatever gonna happen is happening. Lord, don't let me know. Do your thistle, okay? But anywho, y'all ready, my fellas? Y'all ready?
I'm ready.
All right, let's go. Let's rock, Mr. Bass.
My extraordinary exclusive interview with Ye, previously known, of course, as Kanye West, one of the most famous and influential artists in the world. He's been causing global outrage over the past 2 weeks with anti-Semitic tirades, which led to him being cancelled by social media platforms. I wanted to give him the opportunity to set the record straight and explain if he meant what he said. Well, eventually, he apologized for what he said was hurtful comments about the Jewish people. But it took a while to get there. It was a fiery conversation.
Now, why he just told a lie on Ye like that, Mr. Bass?
It's on Missable Television. The full interview will air later this week. But here's the moment I think will get most people talking.
You don't hold accountability to my pain. You're being a Karen.
I'm talking about. I'm not a Karen
to the pain.
I'm not a Karen, and I'm not going to cancel you, and I'm not going to uncensor you. I'm simply going to challenge you on what you're saying.
You can't.
I think you don't understand the pain that you've been causing with some of these comments, and I think that one in particular, I can understand.
Oh my God! God forbid! God forbid! One comment could cause people to feel any of the pain that my people have went through for years, even like the blacks being ushered to the left during the civil rights movement. No one has cared about black people.
All right.
No one is.
Let me say, I agree that the racism against black people has been utterly deplorable, shameful, unacceptable, and thank God the world is beginning to move to a better place about the way it has treated black people like you. However, one form of racism, doesn't justify.
It's almost in a better place.
Well, one form of racism doesn't justify another.
It's not a better place.
I'm not cutting you off. I'm finishing my sentence so you can respond. One form of racism. It is racism when you say I'm going death for Jewish people.
I was in a position where I've been hurt, and this is the way I had the right to express myself. The point of this interview is for you to question me and then for me to answer and say, okay, even though the same rules are not applied to my people, if a person with a gun or drugs is pulled over and has three other people in the car, they're all going to jail. I'm not going to apply that to Jewish people for the sake of this conversation. Isn't that what you wanted? But you know what you did? You tried to civil rights me. You tried to pull me back to a week ago, but we're here today. There's been plenty of conversations and commentary since that, but you want me to go back to 1960.
No.
You want me to go back to 7 days ago.
All right, let me jump in. Here's what I want you to do. I want you to reflect.
Okay, so have we grown? Have we grown?
Here's how we grow. Yeah. Here's how we grow. I want you to reflect.
No, have we grown?
Have we grown?
You're not in charge of my growth. You're not in charge of my growth, Chris.
Okay, let me phrase it like this. I'm about to suggest to you how you may grow if you choose to grow this way. And you can ignore me. You can ignore me.
Pierce, Pierce, how much money are you worth?
Not as much as you, sadly.
Exactly. So take my advice. Maybe you'll get richer.
I would love to take your business
Why
advice.
would I listen to you?
Why do you hear what my advice is and then work out if I'm wrong?
Got
You
him.
do that, Dish.
Well, the thing is, you haven't given me any credit or a moment of reflection for the comparison that I made, the brilliant, if I do say so myself, comparison that I made to the cops pulling over one black person and locking
I
everyone
understand
up.
what you're
and my
saying.
tweet having issues. Wait a second, I wasn't done with the sentence. My tweet referring to all Jewish people, I said, for the sake of this conversation, I will refer to the business people who have destroyed me and my people and my fellow creatives. But you didn't even accept that I gave you that. You tried to push me back into 1960.
No, I
you
didn't.
tried to push me back into last week.
No, I didn't.
Okay, do you accept that example that I gave you?
I understand completely the example you gave me. I think all racism is wrong.
So I feel that we've grown.
I would like you to reflect.
I feel we've grown.
If
Do you feel we've grown?
If you've now changed what you wanted to say originally, my question for you is, do you now regret saying DEFCON 3 on Jewish people? Are you sorry you said that?
No.
I think it matters. You should be.
Absolutely not. You know, I will say I'm sorry for the people that I hurt with the DEFCON, the confusion that I call. I feel like I cause hurt and confusion. And I'm sorry for the families of the people that had nothing to do with the trauma that I had been through, and that I use my platform where you say hurt people. And I was hurt.
It's an uncensored interview. You said something which you've now wished you hadn't said, and you've apologized. I actually think that says a lot about you, right? That shows you've got that ability to be self-aware, to understand when you cross a line. I think someone like you, with all your energy and creativity and your passion, you're going to say stuff. The way that you talk constantly and in such an extraordinary manner, you're going to trip up. You're going to say things the wrong way. I don't think there's anything wrong in when you do that, doing what you just did and saying, look, I'm sorry, I crossed a line, I apologize.
I want to say that it's wrong to hold an apology hostage, and I got to let go of that and free myself of the trauma and say, look, I'm just going to give it all up to God right now and say to those families that I hurt, I really want to give you guys a big hug. And I want to, I say, I'm sorry for hurting you with my comments. And I want to word it in not in like a political way, but in a presidential way, which means what I knew a president to be when I was growing up.
So that was Ye, formerly Kanye West. It's an extraordinary interview. We're going to actually air almost the entire thing at the end of the week, so people can see everything in real context. But very obviously, throughout the course of the interview, he began, I think, to understand the impact of his words, which had caused such offense, and finally got to a place where he apologized to people who'd been offended, particularly Jewish people. Well, joining me now is Fox News contributor Tyrus, along with KISS frontman Gene Simmons. Let me start with you, Tyrus. We just had to quickly get that series of clips together to try and say some of the context of what happened, because to start with, he was resolute, I'm not going to apologize, and then went on a sort of long clarification of he was talking about business people who had, in his view, had let him down and so on. But there's no doubt the original comment that he made, that he tweeted, for which he was deplatformed from social media, it was talking about the Jewish people in generality, and therefore very offensive.
Well, first of all, I don't even know if I would call that an interview. That was you sat him down under the tree of wisdom. And that reminded me so much of seeing what a father would talk to an angry son. Like, you worked through so many emotions with him to get him to a place to where he was able to.
And you really see that over the 2 hours.
It's a journey. And that was a tremendous, and your patience, because I'm telling you right now, no one else was going to sit there for 2 hours.
Right.
I think long after this interview, you're going to help him, because what I see when I see Ye, I see a hurt man. His life has been in public nonstop. Horrible divorce, fighting over his children. Every time he speaks, some group will take advantage of him, use him. He's a victim of his wealth, but he's not a victim. And the one thing he said that I thought just was poignant, and you walked right through it, was, I make more money than you. How can I get from you? But here's the deal: you can't buy wisdom with money.
Yes.
And I look at him as a former bodyguard. If I was his bodyguard, I wouldn't have let him wear the white shirt. I wouldn't have let him do those things, even if it would have cost me my job, because he's helping other individuals rise. They get the world famous attention, but he gets all the consequences.
Yes.
And his stuff gets lost in his anger and his depression, because what he was talking about, I get. In a lot of the record companies, you will always see the same thing. I think Michael Jackson is probably the biggest case of that, where he had a song, What They Talking About Me, where he wanted to use the term, and it came down from, you can't use that word. You can't depict us in that way, from the record people. But they're just fine with using the N word and almost pushing that. So that's where a lot of the anger comes from, is be across the board. You don't want your group disrespected on your record labels, but you're fine with and it's on the rappers as well.
Yeah.
But that's where the argument came from. But when you're an angry, hurt individual who's basically working out his emotions in front of a camera, nothing good is going to happen.
Right.
And getting him to apologize, he could not have done that without you.
No,
and that you should be proud of that.
It took nearly 2 hours for him to, I think, reach a place of self-awareness about it, and actually to reach a place of calmness enough to say it. But Gene Simmons, I think you probably have to see the whole thing in real time to really get to the journey he went on to get to that place of apology. But do you accept the apology? Do you think the Jewish people should accept the apology? Or was what he said such a line crosser that he shouldn't be allowed to even talk about this anymore?
Well, you certainly put me in an awkward position. I'm not here to speak for Jews or the Jewish people or anything, although by birth I happen to be one. In fact, an Israeli. I had no choice in the matter. That's just the luck of the draw. Let me state, in the interest of full disclosure, Kanye and I have never met. We've never emailed each other. I have no idea what's in his mind. All I know is what the media has shown me of him. And the astute gentleman who was on before me, his comments, I think it sounded true to these ears, which is, Kanye sounds, from everything I've heard, it's erratic behavior from my point of view, respectfully. He sounds really wounded. He sounds hurt. So he's lashing out. I get it. Let's be clear about this. African Americans have been tortured physically, mentally, culturally for decades, centuries. But you're talking to people who've heard this story and have been tortured mentally, physically for thousands of years. Goes back to the Bible, which our people wrote and gave to the rest of you guys. So you have to go back in history and get a sense of what all this means.
What he wrote and gave
Americans and Jews have done well. Let's be clear, because they work for it. Don't kid yourself. Racism, anti-Semitism exist right next to each other, and we're all victims in some way or the other by the ruling establishment, whoever and whatever they are, the consensus of the public. But look back at Martin Luther King. Do a little research, Google and schmoogle. Who's standing right beside Martin Luther King in a dangerous march in Birmingham, along with Jesse Jackson and everybody else? You got a rabbi holding a Torah. He's right there in the front, knowing full well when he goes back up north or on the East Coast, he's going to get tortured, by people who have different points of views. So, first of all, African Americans should understand that Jews understand the torture and the racism, because been there, okay? Continue to be there. Jews are not the most popular people on the face of the planet, but there are many other peoples, races, and other peoples who get racism. So the only piece of advice that I have as somebody in the peanut gallery, I'm not a doctor, I'm not a physician, I don't know much about Ye or Kanye. I've heard, I've got friends who are close enough,
Check
and
out
so
his
on.
hat.
If there's medication, I respectfully urge for the gentleman to take the medication. if he's surrounded by the wrong people, get some nicer people, because the most important thing you have to realize is when you're a billionaire, and God bless him for that, it's the majesty, the miracle of the American capitalist system. There we go. In a country full of racism, the capitalist system allowed you to become a billionaire. And
I have to say, as he reminded me quite regularly, by the way.
Sure did.
Man, James,
there's so many examples throughout history where people.
Really, Mister? Let's talk about it.
Did you see Gene Simmons' hat?
Yeah, he gonna have the dollar. He had a bag on there.
He had the bag on there.
Yeah.
The side. Come on, Gene. Man, get your ass up off of there.
Boy, all they doing is proving Kanye point.
Yeah, they proved his point. Guess what? Even Pierce, excuse me, y'all, even him, he proved ye point. He just sat up there and lied before the world and said ye apologize. Was that apology when he just indeed showed this man? I'm gonna just show you the fucking of the mind that they do to y'all people. Please hear me, y'all. That's why I don't watch television. I don't fuck with it. I just deal with it to do the research and bring forth the content. But no. Listen here. Did y'all not see how Pierce just sat there and told that lie that Kanye apologized? Like he apologized to the Jews or whatever. But however, he did not. He said he apologized for the confused. Let Boss Lady, truth be told, help you out. He apologized for y'all being misinformed, taking his words, twisting and turning. He apologized for the confusion that is amongst y'all because he know what he know and it's up in his stuff. So can you, what else?
First of all, man, Pierce, man, been attacking anybody. Didn't he try to attack, what's her name, Lonnie Love? And try to say that, man, she said this and said that, man, because he was trying to defend what's the rocker's name, man? The other devil worshiper, Ozzy Osbourne, Sharon Osbourne. I mean, he always been on that. That's what he do. But
yeah,
man, who the hell is Devil Boy over there? Who's that big dude?
A sucker.
Don't he look like Hellboy?
A handler. Whose handler is he though? Whose handler is he?
Shit, I don't know, but he's with Fox News contributor, as they say. With that big ass fake chain on.
Now, he is not crazy. He is not crazy. Yeah, I'm gonna tell you something. That's oftentimes and throughout the years, that's what they have done to our people, us. Everything I'm about to say is allegedly. It's for educational and entertainment purposes only. But allegedly, throughout the years, all they have ever done to legends and icons and people that know what they know and expose is had them killed them, say they crazy, make them look crazy, OD them. We know the history of what they do over there in that little circle of people, that 1% of people. We know what they do. But everything we say over here at Truth Be Told TV is allegedly. It's for education and entertainment purpose only. Since we see how they rocking, where our opinion and freedom of speech to what we say, it's a problem now. So it's my opinion. It's free. And I say what I say. Let's go, mister.
Let's go.
Well, we got Solo up in the house, baby. Look at the girl Solo. Baby, look at Solo. Solo didn't hit that link. What's up, Solo?
How y'all doing?
What's up, girl?
Hey. Bless.
Hey, I just jumped on the link real quick. I'm gonna jump back down. I just want to bring this to y'all attention. I want y'all to break down the Candace Owens. She did the documentary on the Black Lives Matter. I will be tuning in.
Girl, we already know Black Lives Matter with that hey, listen, let me say this now. Don't go around and tell the world, listen, Boss Lady I have nothing against A, B, C, D, E, F, G, H, I, J, K, L, M, N, P. Once again, I've been there, I done that. My son is gay, okay? I have a sibling that's a transgender, but however, I don't do the fuck shit, okay?
No, I'm talking about the Black Lives Matter.
Girl, that's what I'm breaking it down for you, Solo. Let me help you, girl.
Oh, okay. So she was doing the documentary. It ain't got nothing to do with them. Talking about the scam they was running, girl. Talking about taking all these people money.
Solo, who do you think the people is of the Black Lives Matter, girl?
I don't know, girl. I ain't been keeping up with that.
Girl, you late, girl.
I am. I was just on live, and not live, but I was on other people.
They're lesbians. Unfortunately, the black chick and her white wife. How you like them apples?
Girl, stop the fact. Girl, let me tell you something. I didn't support it after I saw what I saw. I stopped supporting it because it wasn't for me to support. But after Candace really brought it to the light, how they would just take money.
Girl, you years late. Solo.
I'm late. I didn't even know it was a documentary out there until Kanye brought it out on that show.
But let me bring it back to you, Solo. Y'all remember when that man first got killed? The first autopsy that came out was that autopsy of the fence.
Mm-hmm.
You remember that?
You know what? I didn't even know that. All I seen was the man on the man neck or the shoulder, whatever.
No. Listen, the first autopsy that came out, the man had fence. They even showed the video where he was in the store because counterfeit money had been taking place. Okay, mm-hmm. The man called the police. Allegedly, from the video that was shown in the store. I used to be in the streets. I used to deal drugs. Been there, done that. My life, 10 years. I'm good. But I know a J when I see a J walking, okay?
So why they want to sue Kanye for all this money if the man was doing wrong?
He was on his high. And unfortunately, y'all, please listen to Gee. You know what he's talking about. And when y'all get a chance, Candace, listen, they be thinking she this, that. Yeah, she got her ways. But however, listen, do not miss the message trying to pay attention to the messenger. That's how y'all going to be fucked up. Trying to pay attention to the messenger. Listen to the message. Girl, yes, Solo, you late, baby.
Damn, girl. And then when I watched the documentary, and I was like, oh my word, they didn't even help the people, the man's family. The stuff was still sitting there. Candace took her own money and moved the man's car and stuff.
Yes, they ain't give a fuck about his clothes, his net. They ain't give nothing.
So how you coming out to Kanye for $250 million when you didn't even know?
Opposition, girl, them people told them to.
Greed.
Okay, no, it ain't even about greed. It's what they was told to do.
Yeah,
the media been controlling for a long time. They've been trying to control the narrative.
Yeah, they've been controlling the narrative all our life, girl. I'm 42 years of the bullshit. I know, and I mean, look at our parents. Look at the ones before then, girl. They've been controlling narratives. Like I said, television. If for ones that do not know, television means television. Tell lies to your vision. That's a fact. Girl, Solo, girl, yes, girl, you late, girl.
Girl, I've been working and I ain't really been in these streets like that. And then when I finally got into the streets, I was like, when did a documentary come out about Black Lives Matter? Then I'm watching everybody doing a commentary on it. And I'm like, they out here scheming and scamming. $90 million, you can't tell me where it went.
Scheming and scamming. Yeah, they know where it went. They bought their houses, they got boats, all them cars, and also they gave back to their community. That's where it went. Cause my sibling bad, y'all. Like
somebody need to be in jail. That's what it sounds like.
Listen, my sibling, every grant or whatever my sibling write, listen, the funders, my sibling straight on apartment complexes and everything for her people. And houses, transition to house, my people straight. They listen. Yes, they take care of them. That's a fact.
But my thing is,
they write in the grant that's wrote or whatever else. They approve it. Listen to me.
Well, my thing is they want to sue Kanye talking about they said the lawsuit was for defamation, but because Kanye didn't say a lie, they couldn't give him for defamation. Then they came back and said, "Oh, we're gonna do trauma, because it traumatized the daughter."
They can't do that. They can't do. Listen, we discussed that over here. I think it was Friday, right, fellas? I want to say solo that it was Friday that we discussed it. I told you all, his family cannot sue Ye about nothing. Because guess what? When you go back and look at it, he said nothing wrong.
Yeah, he didn't tell a lie. He said what they basically been saying. He just repeated it. And then that's why they said it's going to be trauma. They're suing him for trauma. But my thing is, who was the lady that got pistol whooped? It's child. I'll be suing the family.
We discussed that over here Friday too, Solo Dolo. Get what? Yes, the woman that he pistol whooped, kicked her door in and everything while she was pregnant with her baby. Yeah, let's talk about it.
Yeah, that's traumatizing.
Oh, okay.
And the 17-year-old, baby, I would have been suing the family, honey. They make some money off of Kanye, baby. They need to be making money off. They suing Kanye for more than the man. They supposed to be killed the man.
Girl, listen, that's the thing. They ain't go after him. They ain't go after none of them because get what? Them was his Mason brothers. Okay, shut up, boss lady. Let's talk about it.
Cause it's ridiculous.
What Young Dog said, if I sacrifice myself, when I go to hell? Okay. Let's talk about it. See,
what about the media?
A lot of people need stuff. They get a little sensitive when I start talking about them goat lovers. You understand me? And I ain't talking about greatest of all time goats. I'm talking about the ones that bow down and loose and bad. Them ones. I'm talking about them type of goats, okay? The one that is the problems along with them peoples of this world. The one has caused destruction for so many of years, thousands of years. That's who I'm speaking on, okay? Okay?
But let me tell you what Kanye said, and it's so true. He said, if you don't see me no more, you know why.
You know why? What happened to him? That's why he
look what they did to Mike. Look what they did to Prince. I don't care what nobody say. Look what they did to Michael. Look what they did to Prince. Look what they trying to do to R.Kelly. They couldn't kill him, so they put him in prison.
Houston, girl, the list Sam Cooke, girl, the list goes on and on and on, girl.
Exactly. And if R.Kelly wasn't, they would do it to R.Kelly if he wasn't in prison, because they put him there. Those the people who put him there.
Finances though, Solo. But see, they can't come no other way because Chaos, he ain't drinking, he don't do no drug, he can't come that way. So that's how they come through him, trying to break him, trying to take him at his lowest.
And they used us to do it. They used, you know what? Let me tell you about black women. And I'm gonna
come on, girl.
I gotta be real because it's us. It's us. We weaponize what we got against our men all the time.
Our men.
They did it to us, and knowing that we already done did it to ourselves.
Yes. They use us to go against our men.
Exactly. And if we dumb enough or not intelligent enough, I'm not saying dumb, because we some of us, but not intelligent enough to know what they're not doing.
Don't sugarcoat it, Solo. It's dumb, ignorant as the fuck, but keep going. I'm listening.
But I'm just saying we're not intelligent enough because they already know. They think we're not intelligent enough, and then we play into their hands. Because with this R.Kelly thing, how you gonna have a whole bunch of women saying the same thing? That don't make sense because one man don't treat everybody the same way.
True that, but hold on. Where's Me Too? They've been so quiet for a while.
They've been mute R.Kelly, all of them been quiet. Because you know what? They did the purpose they were fit to do.
Okay, there you go. You caught it. Okay. Yeah, you caught it. Yeah, because they were sent to do it. They mute. Tell me, I mute R.Kelly. Them bitches mute. Okay, that whole.
The mute they bust in jail if they collected in the money behind anything. And all these lies they telling, that's why all of them falling by the wayside.
All right now, come on, Solo, girl. I would be surprised if y'all ain't gonna hear that come out about them too. Where they've been receiving abundance and help and see what they did with the money.
Look what happened. Let me tell you, everybody, think about it. Everybody that talk negative against R. Kelly, something negative happened to them. Look at Wendy. fall by. She wanted to mute R.Kelly. She was supporting that little while. Her whole show got muted. She muted.
And look at the one T with the K. She over there running to Africa and hiding money, allegedly. Getting sued and everything for $4 million. Okay.
Exactly. So my thing is, everybody that talk negative against that man got their own karma in their own way.
Yes, it ain't karma, girl. They sold them seeds so low. So, girl, they reaping their harvest. They reaping their harvest.
If I get sued for $4 million, I ain't got nothing else to say about nobody. I ain't got nothing to say about nobody.
Girl, it's a wonder she's still in these streets out here. It's hard out here for when they trying to get the money, but baby, she went and hid that shit in Africa, huh? But do she not know? I mean, somebody clearly, I don't know who's helping her or who's her assistant or what's what. But why don't they tell the girl they don't care how she do it or when she do it, why she do it? Do she not know she can run? She still got to pay that money. They gonna get that money regardless. Did she not know that?
Exactly. They gonna get their money.
Whether they take her fucking show and take her name, do she not know? They gonna take it.
And Cardi ain't playing about her money. She said, run me my money.
Yeah, she don't care what babies, roaches, ants, and brats gotta eat, baby. She won't hood.
I won't be surprised they put her in jail but not paying it.
That's what I said. She at the end of the day, solo, she's still going to have to pay up.
Exactly.
There are consequences she's going to have to pay up.
You shouldn't be talking about people you don't want to pay up. You don't want to face the people.
Girl, and at the point that she did, the girl, ooh.
And she been out here talking about people for a long time. She thought she was gonna be the next Wendy, I guess.
Girl, she thought this.
But you can't be out here slandering people and defamation.
Yes. She all in them people bedroom, girl, and at the health department. What they do that in?
Exactly. And what Cardi Bottom had to do with whatever she had going on. She over talking about somebody, JJ here and all that. What about her own JJ?
All right.
Check your own body before you go try to check somebody else's.
Exactly. That part. But yeah, baby, she got hit hard. But at the end of the day, she still gonna have to pay it. So shout out to since that my mother called the TV an idiot box. Because it is. Me to say, hey, but y'all notice every time Kanye is ready to rise up, the public neutralizes the threat. George Bush, Jay-Z, and now the You Wish people. Oh, okay. Facts me. And see, I'm gonna tell you something like, how can we even get mad or put our mouth on ye in a type of way? Do y'all not know that we don't back that man? Like, we do not back that man. That man fan base and his supporter is people of other color. It ain't even us. He became a billionaire off of other people. We don't support that man. But we got so much to say. I told you, like I've been said a while back on the other lives, y'all, we some fucked up people. We really is. Like, we don't help our brothers, our sisters, but we got so much to talk about.
Exactly. And you know what? This is the thing we got to look at. When Kanye was out there talking about Yeezy, whatever his name is, was out there talking about, and I ain't trying to disrespect the name. I don't know how to say the Yeezy. I don't know how to say that. I call him what his mama named him, Kanye.
Okay, Kanye.
So no disrespect to him anyway. He was out there talking about slavery. It was a choice for 400 years. You don't see them drop him. That man didn't get dropped from nothing.
Hello, I'm gonna tell you, slavery is the choice. Check this out. Check this out.
No. I'm just saying. Listen, they ain't drop him for nothing. They ain't say nothing about him. But as soon as he talk about the Jews, they went and dropped him and everything else. That's what my point is. That's why you know he proving his point. That's why I made the comment. He proved his point.
Yes, exactly. And so you got to look at it. Why is it that y'all don't want? Listen, you got to. I told y'all. Listen. Every time they talk about the white man is not the enemy, y'all. The white man has never been the enemy. Know your enemy. Know your enemy. You just expose your enemy. Those are the ones that are in the word, babe. They in the word, okay? So my thing is, with all that being said, how is it that y'all sit up there, y'all want our people to say, yo, man, me kill that bitch, that nigga, you know, this, that, and the third. Oh, it's all glorified to be done, and they actually doing it. But however, when you bring up another, then here's the problem? You want apologies, you want all this. Where the fuck is, like he said, where is our apologies? Why is you hiring these people to make this type of music degrading my people?
Exactly. And you know what? I said this the other day. I said when we kill us, you don't see no riot. And we kill us every day. We kill us more than they kill us. So why do we act like we don't do harm to ourselves, our own people? Because when Pookie round the corner got killed by Smitty round the corner, y'all ain't said nothing.
Was not there. Black Lives Matter ain't went to name one of these black mothers' door. They child funeral. They have yet to even buy a flower arrangement for Pookie, Ray Junebug, and Kim, Mika, whoever. Okay? Right. Black Lives Matter has not done that.
Right.
They only show up when it's convenient. And then, to be honest, the last show up they had was with that little Mexican kid that was somewhere out of town.
In Wisconsin.
Was he? No, matter of fact, he was mixed. He was some other kind of race. It was in
Wisconsin.
Okay, yeah.
Hey, but you know something though? What I was thinking on, you know, okay, Kanye said that about the slaves thing, but how we know he wasn't doing that to get us to understand what's been going on? He probably said that, man, to wake up the stuff in order to get them to this point right now.
We are exactly what he said. Is we are. Listen, he was talking about slavery of the mind. Listen, once one has your mind, they pretty much control you. They tell you who, what, when, where, why, how, all that. We are slave by choice. Look at what's going on in the world now. We are slave by this.
And then also, I was just thinking about what Piers Morgan said. Okay, he said, "Well, they've been dealing with this for thousands of years." Okay, we've been dealing with it for thousands of years because we are the chosen people.
Right.
Man,
right.
Oh man.
My son said that too. He agreed with Kanye when Kanye said back when he was saying to TMZ about the 400 years of slavery, and he felt like Kanye was speaking truth and facts, but truth of his truth. My son like 15 now, but at that time he was younger. But he agreed with Kanye. He feel like the same thing Kanye said. But at the end of the day, did y'all see what I saw? They are trying to bring slavery back to the polls. They put it on the balance now. It's in 5 countries. I mean, 5 countries, 5 states. That they are bringing slavery back.
Listen, Solo Dolo. I don't know if you watched the channel Friday or Thursday, but I told you all 2023 is about to be a motherfucker. I told you all to get ready. I stated that I live by the word of God. You understand me? I love my father, but I live by that 4-5, that 2-2-3, that all of the above. Please be ready. 2023 finna be, hey, just when y'all thought y'all seen evil, remember I said it, okay? And that was a message. I just stated a message for what God had given me. 2023 is about to be a motherfucker.
Oh, I agree. I agree. Not because numbers mean something, and people. Sure, I agree.
It's about to go down. The people ain't even ready for it. Have your stockpiles in your house. Listen, hey, if little baby Ray ain't got no gun, you better put one to the side. Go and take little Ray there in that backyard. Go and teach them how to fast some up. Cause listen, it's coming. It has to. The Bible. The word has to fulfill itself. It has to fulfill. It's coming.
And you know, me and my friend, we was talking about Kanye getting dropped from everything. all these things. But you know what Kanye said, because he was talking to TMZ and they asked him how did he feel about getting dropped, and he was like, I ain't lose no money. So
exactly. They ain't paid him. Speaking of which, Solo Dolo, Mr. Bass shout. Mr. Bass, gon' drop it. Since Solo just spoke of it, gon' drop that next content. Beat up, y'all.
Hey, Kanye, what do you think about that, bro?
I like that.
Yeah. Hey, what do you think about Balenciaga dropping you?
Shout out to Hollywood Fix
I
for
ain't
the
lose no
content.
money. They never paid me nothing.
Basically.
You know what I'm saying?
You're the one that signed it.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. You think Adidas is next?
Well, we're going through legal right now, so anything can happen. You know what I'm saying?
But you got Johnny Depp lawyer, so she got him off, right?
Yeah, I think people just try to score. I think people just try to score points. You know what I'm saying? Like Maverick Carter had me go on a show just to say we took him off the show. Then I go on Drink Champs. Then they take it down. The day when I was taken off the Balenciaga site, that was one of the most freeing days. You know, we're about making product that's $20, the best design in the world, and that's the reason why we have brought the head designer from Balenciaga, Demna, who's a great designer. That's why I brought him to the Gap in the first place, but they didn't allow that to happen, and that's why I had to get up out of those big corporations so I could get directly to the people. And I want to talk about the Jewish comment. It's actually proven the exact point that I made. So many actors been bullied behind the scenes, so you even got people like Ari Emanuel asking people to not do business with me. That's how this town has been running for so long. They'll mute you. They'll try to mute you at all costs.
We can't cancel Kanye. We are cancel.
What'd you say?
They can't cancel.
I mean, you look at that. Even
God's on your side, man.
Even God is on all our side. God is alive.
Amen.
You know, so even
He's
though
the master controller, we're on remote control.
exactly, we're vessels.
Yep, exactly.
Amen.
So y'all still
And
had a
there's a show,
platform.
too.
This is the thing. They never expected someone to have the platform. It's not that anyone's afraid. They're afraid of us not being afraid anymore. And we're not afraid anymore. They can't use all the tactics. I'm talking about my life was threatened to have a political opinion. You understand what I'm saying? To wear the wrong color hat is what they told me, or wrong thing.
100% right, bro.
Or the audacity the audacity of me as a black man to have a White Lives Matter t-shirt. I seen white people wear Black Lives Matter t-shirts.
That's right.
So that's some audacity, right? It seems pretty one-sided if you really think about it. So we just lean into it every day. I know God has a plan for us. We fight not in flesh and blood. This is a spiritual warfare at this point. Anything else, you guys?
Yeah, for sure.
Yeah.
Listen, man, God's on all of our side and your side, and you're the one that's going to be the catalyst to bring us forward, man. I'm telling you.
Do you believe that black-owned media will be the solution of celebrities being outcast for not going with the group?
You know, I believe at this point we're all one. We're all one race. We're the human race. At this point, it's going to take us all coming together under God and helping each other. You know.
Do you think it's better if we lift each other up, though, instead of negative comments? Do you think that's a better move?
He's got to call it out first. He's got to call out the negativity, and then we got to heal it.
Yeah, that's what I'm thinking. It's just we got to get the truth before we can get the love, or else we're just loving the lies.
Love is God. What have you got to say to people that are trying to cancel you?
You can't cancel him.
I'm here. What are we talking about? We here. We ain't going nowhere, baby.
Kanye 2024.
And if I ever went anywhere, we know why. You understand what I'm saying?
Exactly.
So we here.
Exactly.
We love you, man. Kanye, any words on Bitcoin?
Forget paparazzi. Let's get bodyguard.
Can we get some Yeezys?
I'm not
Forget paparazzi.
Y'all.
I'll be the first
y'all
one to
your
have
picture,
man.
I don't
I'll
know
lay my
bodyguard.
life down for you, man.
God is the bodyguard right here.
I'm
Y'all the
telling you.
bodyguard. Y'all making sure. But as far as Bitcoin, I'm just not knowledgeable enough to speak on that subject. You know.
Fair enough, Kanye.
I need one of these signed out.
Kanye, will you sign my shirt for me, man? Will you sign my shirt for me?
Show us your shirt.
Also, what I want to say is, Happy birthday to Kimberly. Thank you for
What a gentleman.
making my 4 beautiful children.
Yes.
I would love you for life for that. Thank y'all.
God bless you.
Awesome,
God
man.
bless you.
God bless you.
You're a great soul, man.
That's it for me.
Thank you for the pop.
Kanye for president 2024 or what? Running again, Kanye?
Oh, that's right.
That's it.
Thank you, brother.
Appreciate you, man. You're a gentleman. We love you, Kanye. Thank you so much, man.
Thank you.
Have a good one, Kanye.
All respect, bro. All respect.
Look at all the people. Look at all the paparazzi that was there. I seen one black guy.
All right, one.
And the rest of them was white, and they showed more love.
All right, thank you. We don't support us. Shit, we only support us when we having a cookout. Shit.
If that.
Hey, if that, because it's free food or buy your own stuff, they don't want to come.
No.
All right.
Hey, one plate, nigga.
Fact.
Don't you go packing no plates off.
But I mean, my purpose for that video, you all, was to allow the people to see, you know, it in its truest form on what he stated, you know what I'm saying, and his purpose for everything that he does, you know, and if y'all ain't got it, I just don't know what to say, you know.
I got it. I got it. He had to get out of them big time company for he could do his own thing from the sound like.
But when that smart though, how he pimped their ass.
Exactly.
Also, did you see in the stock market, girl, when they did what they did you not see the stock market crash? Gap, look, Gap crashing. Numbers, listen, they losing control. They losing control, baby. They are losing control, okay?
And like this, I seen a lot of comments because I read a lot of comments. They was like, we ain't buying that stuff. No way can nobody afford that stuff.
Exactly. That's why he said what he said. To make it affordable, $20 shirt. You ain't hear what he said, $20?
Exactly. I heard him.
And see, that's what has taken place over the years. They price their stuff high because let me show you something. Them peoples don't buy that shit, y'all. They don't. We buy that shit. We buy it.
I can't afford that. I buy some shoes at the 5 and below.
Oh, 5 and below sell shoe.
They sure do. They sure do.
Right, but did you know that we spent $4 billion last year on Jordans, the black race alone?
I don't even. I
ain't never owned a pair of Jordans.
I used to be ignorant like that because, you know, Birmingham, Alabama, baby, that's all we used to wear. But however, I woke up from that when, let me tell you something. I stopped purchasing Jordans when I found out that man privatizing the prison system. He makes money off of us. You know, so he is not for the culture. He is against the culture. So when he make these shoes, why you think that when these shoes are being made, do you not know how many lives has been taken behind Jordan shoes? Wow. So many of our little babies has been killed behind Jordans. I know in Birmingham, Alabama, every time there's a line, there's a killing. You understand me? For those shoes. And the person that had been to kill them, guess what? In the prison system. And that's what he has privatized in the prison system, okay?
I never owned a pair of Jordans. I never bought a pair of Jordans. The highest shoes I probably bought was some Pumas or some Reeboks, and they was like on sale for $40. I'm not putting all that money into a $100 shoes. Now my son, yes, that's different. Yeah. But me, child, be happy to go get my kids and LA gear and keep it stepping. I never been into high fashion stuff. Honey, let me tell you, if I had a decent pair of Levi's on, I'm walking in them $20 Levi's. I don't care what nobody say. I'm old-fashioned and I ain't with it.
Okay, that part.
I wasn't brought up to wear Jordans. I wasn't brought up to wear Nikes. I don't even own a pair of Nike shoes right now.
I'll tell you this much, man. The man did say, man, he didn't make them for black people to wear.
Yeah, he did. He felt like that we couldn't afford this shit, but when he seen who was wearing this shit, yeah, he did what he did.
He He didn't like it. He didn't like that we was wearing this shit, man. I'm like, man, you stupid enough, man, not to know that we are the ones, man, that looked up to you and bought your shit, supported you, man, throughout
That's
your
what they do. That's what they do to us. They get what they got to get up out of this. They
I
shit.
could afford it. I could afford it, and I still can afford it. I just ain't gonna buy it because you know what? I'd rather have a roof over my head and my car to drive and pay my bills. Just like I won't go to one of these Beyonce concerts. Honey, you won't catch me putting my rent money on no Beyonce.
Hell nah, I won't even buy no Jordans. Shit, I'm gonna spend $300, man, for no pair of Jordans. I gotta wait in line to get it.
I used to like I said, when you know better, you do better. I used to be spending like $2,500 for me and my kids. I got 5 kids. Listen, me and my hand every pair. Okay, so listen.
I got 1 kid, and and baby, and let me tell you, when they on sale, and when I fly around and get him one of them $80 pair of shoes, and he don't even wear them like that.
Mm-hmm.
Hey, I ain't gonna lie. I was in that line waiting for my sons. I bought them for my sons, but I didn't buy them for me because I was like, man, I didn't look at them like that. I was like, well, shit, I didn't get them when I was growing up, and they was in. I was like, man, why worry about it now?
Yeah, I get them for my son, but now that he old enough, and he got a job, he buys his own shoes. He bought him some of them Yeezys. I'm still trying to figure out how much they cost. He's 16 years old, walking around here with some dang on Yeezys. I said, wow.
About $600.
Huh?
I think they about 600.
Yeah, he bought his own, but he working. I don't use his money.
Mm-hmm.
My boys don't even mess with it no more. They be like,
my boys get with. He walked across the stage. You damn right. Whatever you want, you got it.
Exactly. And you know what? I used to say, why you buying this? Why you buying that? But you know what? You work hard. Go ahead and buy it, baby. If you get
it.
Let me tell y'all about my son, though. I love my son. He took his PlayStation 4 down, y'all. Put it in the closet. And I said, where your PlayStation 4 at? He's talking about, oh, I put it up. I said, why? He said, I got to make room for my PlayStation 5.
Well, damn.
Yeah.
And I said, who finna buy you PlayStation 5? Y'all, I guess I did because I took my dumb butt round up there and bought him where he wanted.
I tried to get one, but hey, when I seen the price on it, man, I had to jack the price up. I said, you know what?
$800.
Shit,
Baby,
$1,200 where I'm at.
$800.
It's $1,200 where I'm at.
Oh well, I went to the pawn shop and I got here for $800.
Yeah.
Yes.
Now he got the PlayStation 5, the Xbox, and the freaking PlayStation 4. And I said, what you gonna do all of this? He played the PlayStation 5 on another TV, the PlayStation 4 on another TV, and the Xbox on another.
I ain't gonna lie, I run it like that too.
And if it ain't Madden, it's the basketball. If it ain't the basketball, I don't think he even play Fortnite no more. He don't even play Call of Duty no more. It's all about
It's my game though, Call of Duty.
Yeah, girl, I could never get him off Call of Duty.
Yes, I love it. My favorite one is Zombies. Yes, Lord. All night. I used to go to bed 4 or 5 in the morning on that game. Yeah. And my daughter she's a GTA freak. She loves it. That's what she plays.
My son, man, he plays Fortnite.
He exceeded $50. And when they went up to $100 and my son wanted a pair, I said, here's $50. Go out and earn the other 50.
I'm talking about Mr. Bay.
But hey, y'all, did y'all see TikTok? Somebody was in the store in Marshalls. They got those Yeezys, they ain't Yeezys now, y'all, but they got the imitations in there for $20.
Oh wow!
I said people gonna be buying those shoes.
I believe. Marshalls is also selling, man, the wicked shit. You can go get your stones, your tarot cards, and all that, man, in the set.
I pass.
Who?
The wicked, the tarot cards.
The tarot cards, the stones, the sage. Remember we was talking about that last night.
Baby. Sage, what it is. If y'all ass use the sage, y'all better stop comparing that old remedy shit. Stop using that sage. Granted, them didn't know. But honey, sage open up portals. If you gonna burn something, burn you some frankincense and myrrh, baby. Do not be sitting up here burning no sage, baby, because yes, they invite unwanted things. You invite shit to your home that listen. All right, keep playing. Keep playing with them folks.
Gonna be open all kind of windows, all kind of portals.
They be opening up portals. Portals be down up. You got a portal, you walking around that house burning that goddamn sage. You to open a portal in your bathroom. You got one in your room, one in your living room. Baby, then sitting up there somebody open the front door and let them air out. Oh, hell no. I told my mom, I said, baby, if Nana was living right along there, I'd have been told her something, baby, because you know I was raised up on burning sage. That shows the lack of knowledge that our people had back then and still do. And they still following and doing traditional ways of things. Certain things, yeah, okay. Like when it comes to the medication and stuff, how to tie it, all that type of shit. But all that burning sage and doing all that, no, y'all. If you all burn sage, stop burning sage. It opens portals, okay? Why you think when you burn that shit, you have a headache and it's fucking with your sinus and up in your nose? Okay, let's go. What's up, Big Vibe?
Big Vibe. Big Vibe.
What's going on?
What's up, Ed?
What's up, Big Vibe?
Not much. Working on this rainy day out here in Texas, but
yeah, man. It's storming out there, ain't it?
Yeah, pretty bad. You know, I hear a lot of sirens, so you know they barely can drive when it's dry outside. So,
man, Big Vibe, man, I know what you're talking about, man. I got to speed, man, with these people, man. I wasn't used to it, but I had to get used to it. Now I'm in and out the traffic with them.
Right, man. Moving here from Minnesota is totally different, man. Like it's totally different, you know. These people in road rage out here in Texas got to be at the highest.
Yes.
Hey.
Up there, they say that's their number one crime, road rage.
The road rage is terrible here, man. They shooting people, man, on the road rage. You know, about 3 weeks ago, right in Fort Worth, man, on the exit.
Yeah,
they killed them left and right.
Guy jumped on top of he hit a guy from the back. The guy that was hit from the back, him and the guy arguing. Then the guy go to his car, he grab a gun, hop on the hood of the man's car. Now the man flying down the highway with him on the hood of the car.
Oh wow!
Yeah, I heard about that.
Wow.
Yeah, my cousin said they rough down a bit on their road rage.
Man, I'm telling you,
they doing road rage, they catching bodies.
And I drive trucks, so it even crazy. Like they challenge, like how can you challenge this big cement truck in that little bitty car?
Well, hey, they challenged it, man. Here a few weeks ago, you see that truck that flipped over the bridge and blew up.
Man, trying to avoid killing somebody.
Trying to avoid hitting somebody else, man, and he lost his life.
Lord, have mercy. Yeah, no. So that's what actually happened.
Yeah, he was trying to avoid hitting somebody, man, because they swerved in his lane, and he swerved, and man, he hit a car, but man, he lost control of that truck and went over that bridge, over that.
Look,
Now
I wonder how that mother feel that they caused their whole catastrophe and took somebody's loved one away by cutting somebody off. It's just sad.
But the sad part about the trucking, you know, they tell you, I mean, like if they ain't got escape routes, then you know you gonna really. It's either you got to make a choice. It's either gonna be your life or the people.
Theirs.
You know.
It's sad. It's sad. It's sad because man, that man didn't even have a chance, man, when he went over that. You know, I just kept looking at that. Remember, I showed y'all that, man, where that guy went over that. Man, that's that right there, man. You know, I was like, man, you know, that's one thing I be looking at though, man, when I'm driving down here, man, is these trucks.
Working at night is probably the safest thing to do out here. If you driving trucks or anything, work at night, you know. During the day,
it's still hard though, man. It's still hard, Big Vibe, man, when you got the construction zones, man.
Oh, yeah.
These people, man, are getting confused and they driving up the wrong lane and they going heads up with other cars at 50, 60 miles an hour.
But you know, the biggest thing, like this is what I've heard. One of the biggest reason for a lot of these accidents is a lot of the people that's migrating. Because if you here, you know the area and you know the construction zone. But it's a lot of people are migrating from California all over, moving to Texas, and now you just got a big old junk pot of people that drive crazy, and everybody trying to get somewhere. And I be driving. I got a Challenger, so when I hate it, man. I hate it. I hate getting on the road with these people, man.
Man, you got a defensive drive here.
Yeah, you got to drive for everything around you.
Man, I'm telling you, you know, can't even think about what you really go do. You got to be like, man, I got to make it there.
Oh, yeah. Now listen, I be tearing them GA streets up. I ain't gonna even lie. I be hitting my little child going, I gotta listen. I be hitting it because I don't want nobody going slow. I hate driving slow. Don't cut me off. I ain't deep off in the road rage. But if you cut me off, my thing is if you cut me off, speed, baby, speed. Don't cut me off and be going no 20, 30 miles. Are you serious?
Yeah.
Like I'm going $1 up the slab and you jump in front of me hitting 30? Oh no.
Yeah,
I'll be in front of me and slow.
Yeah, I hate that.
They get in the express lane going slower than the speed limit.
Oh, I got all the time.
That ain't even down speed limit. The interstate speed limit here is 70. Okay.
Look, some parts of Oklahoma, man, they got it at 85.
Yeah, it started at 70. Shit. No.
It just depends on where you at, though, you know. But I know down here in Texas, man, I'll be like, man, damn. I done got better with the driving.
Listen, when you drive New York traffic, you know you're a pro driver, okay?
Oh yeah.
Yes.
Hey, shout outs to the ones up north though, man. You know, Big Vibe, Trey Lynn, you know, V, man, they deal with that weather.
I drove salt trucks, plow trucks, all it. I worked in the winter. I was at work when everybody sleep, making it safe for everybody to hit the road.
That's what I'm talking about. Man, them the drivers. Them the drivers right there.
I post some of them videos on my shorts and stuff from when I used to record riding through that snow, and people like, man, how y'all, man, look, up north, business as usual on snow days. Down here in the south, everything.
You can't drive, everybody on spook mode. Shit.
Shut down.
I live in Florida. Nobody know how to drive here.
Oh man, I'm gonna tell you, my worst experience with Florida was the airport in Miami. I was like, whoa, like I missed the
whoa with me, Big Vibe. I don't know. I don't know.
I missed my flight because none of the airports are like certain terminals aren't connected. Like out here, like here in Texas, like, you know, you can go into certain parts of the airport, you can get the light rail to go around. So like Spirit and all these other different then you like, if you on American, you got to go out of the airport to go to American Airlines. You can't go like through the airport and get there. So it was like a lot of people. Man, I was so I missed the flight, everything, because I'm telling like the guy to pick me up. I'm showing him my itinerary. He dropped me off. I get in there, go in there. It's the lines out. The lines is crazy. I said, man, I never want to come back there again, man. It was so chaotic. I had to stay there for a whole nother day and rebook my flight and everything.
What, in Miami, in Florida?
And I was in Miami at the airport.
Oh wow, I don't know. Each time I went, my flights was good there. I was in Hollywood though. In Fort Lauderdale.
Fort Lauderdale.
I did Hollywood, yeah.
Yeah, it was, and that was my first time. And I'm one of them people, like, you know, I don't like, if it's my first time going somewhere, I hate being on time restriction, you know, and like you order a ride 2 hours prior to you having to leave, but then you barely get there on time because of the traffic.
I'm gonna tell you what you do next time you go back. Big bad. If you go, and when you go ahead on and have your vehicle. That's what I did. I had all my transportation leased, and I booked all my transportation and everything. So when I got there, well, boom, rent a car. Look, I had the little what the little goddamn 3-wheeler shit is.
Slingshot
leasing. I was turning up. Listen, I had all that shit. rented. I had everything need be. So all I had to do was when I got off flight, boom, right there to get it. Yeah, when I turned it in, back on the flight. Yeah. That's how you do it.
I messed up all the way because some people tell me like, man, you don't go stay. I had a hotel on South Beach, everything. Like, man, you wasting money. Like the hotel on the other side, you just drive over there and save yourself some money. Like it was just my first time going, so I just like next time I go, I'm gonna be more equipped for everything I want to do. Because really, when you come outside at night, you ain't going back inside till sunlight come out the next day. But them clubs,
the strip on you. Yes, Lord. Lovely, you'll love it. So okay, bye. You gonna chill up here with us tonight. But we finna Mr. Bass to drop the rest of that content. Shout out to my girl Solo came up here on the panel to kick it with us. So Mr. Bass, wrong with that content. So the gears is about to shift, you all. You all know how we rock over here. 1 minute we talking about something else, then we bring something else. So Mr. Bass gonna drop the content. I think this is where the gears are about to shift. So we rocking into my boy Kales. Yay, there we go.
You are welcome to yet another episode of HN What's Your Say? The #1 listening show, where we discuss real issues with real people like you.
Shout out to HN, LFN for keeping
real name Robert Sylvester Kelly, also known as the R&B King. Everyone who knows R.Kelly has either watched or simply knows about the existence of the infamous Dream Hampton production The Surviving R.Kelly docuseries. While the show, which was largely responsible for the current prejudice against the R&B King, may look like a successful production by black people, it turns out the message it puts forward was largely the ideas of some white folks, whose inputs and proposed changes to the original work saw the first production team resign. The team, which comprised of majority black editors, and only one Latina, complained that their notes were being ignored, and instead the white guys proposed changes which included adding more breaks between testimonies to show R.Kelly, his music, and to discuss him were prioritized. According to the black editors, this was completely derailing the show from what they believed had been the intended purpose of giving the alleged survivors a voice, and would instead focus the show on tarnishing R.Kelly with no regard of what truly happened. We have time and again heard that the surviving R.Kelly team did keep their agenda to destroy R.Kelly as private as possible. Even from the people who gave the interviews. All they said to them was they were making a documentary about R.Kelly. But little did we know that they did the same thing even to the crew who worked on the production. It turns out they were kept in the dark until the ambitious proposal from the white contributors caused them to think through and raise their eyebrows. The majority black team of editors did raise concerns that the proposed changes were going to transfer the focus from the alleged victims to the celebrity and his music, which according to them was diversionary from the intended purpose of the show. What we pick from this story is that the team which resigned likely thought the show was an investigation to hear the stories and understand what really happened, but it instead turned out to be a conclusive series that was purposed to make the world believe a specific narrative about the R&B King. In fear of what this would mean to the Black American community, the team chose to resign. What followed later after the production had been made and aired, however, made the old production team quite bitter, after learning that while they had officially resigned, their inputs were still used on the show, yet they were not credited at all. Even if they had chosen to resign from the team earlier on, they felt that they deserved to be credited for the contributions they made at the early stages of production, especially considering their work was still used. It turns out the trick behind the show was to use the black contributors simply as a mouthpiece to drive a white man's agenda, which was to destroy a black successful man, in this case R.Kelly, and ensure that he loses his music catalog he had worked for over 3 decades. In order to silence the editing team, Dream Hampton was quick to credit them for their works, but only on some streaming platforms and not all. It's possible that if these early to resign editors were given a proper chance to speak out, perhaps we would know the truth of what the real purpose of the Surviving R.Kelly series was. Maybe they can also tell us which parts of the series were true, and those that were works of the conspirators. According to the latest findings, however, these editors have not been able to speak their minds because they were made to sign non-disclosure agreements never to reveal the details behind the prejudicial documentary. It's surprising to learn that while some NDAs are being recognized for as long as they are working against R. Kelly, the ones his accusers signed have been completely disregarded. According to the Gem, Surviving R. Kelly is indeed a Sony production and not the work of a black team. All black people involved apart from Dream Hampton, who was focused on the money, were simply used as pawns, only to discover what they had done later when it was completely irreversible. But with the new evidence revealed in the previous HN video, it's clear that Sony does own Lifetime Television and therefore planned this all out. It's no surprise that the docuseries managed to use R. Kelly's music freely in the show, and Sony has not sued or claimed the copyright to this material, considering it was their project after all. I am not sure what Kelly's agreement with Sony says about the use of their own music to destroy the artist's image, but there should be a clause against which Sony can be sued for availing this music for such purpose, and without the owner's permission whatsoever. According to Tamara Johnson, this is the biggest takedown in history I have ever seen, all for monetary gain off someone's sweat and tears. This is pure evil in action. I had never imagined that a company like Sony would invest so much time, money and energy in destroying a person who has spent decades making them money. Instead, paying him back with this kind of BS to deal with. I also never thought that the dark intentions of a corporation like this could drive highly respected officials such as the judges and prosecutors into a money-making frenzy this big, with completely no regard of whose rights and freedom they are violating. It's all so disappointing. According to Amanda Jones, indeed, there has to be a good reason why the black production team chose to resign, and it's likely to do with the agenda to destroy R. Kelly's career. Or maybe they had no idea that it was Sony behind this, and having R. Kelly and his music used within breaks caused them to develop some legal concerns. Whatever the case may be, there is no way an entire production team would choose to resign from a project with no serious concerns, and getting to the bottom of this event will likely reveal a dark part of the show that has been kept as private as possible to preserve the intended narrative. R. Kelly's previous legal team should have engaged these people a while back and made sure their stories are heard for the world to understand who exactly was after R. Kelly. According to Lamisha, the production team which chose to resign did not help R. Kelly much, considering they didn't consider alerting the R. Kelly camp on what was being prepared against him. I will therefore conclude that their resignations were for their own personal reasons. They should have known that in the first place, dealing with the enemy for financial gain was a wrong thing to do. The moment they were briefed about the evil agenda, they should have been quick to expose Sony's ill intentions and stood for the truth. This, however, doesn't rule out the fact that they could be holding on to very useful information about the entire scheme against the R&B king. They need to come out and confirm to the world what Surviving R. Kelly was all about and the illegalities that were involved in the making. That is all we had for you today on HN What's Your Say? To keep updated whenever we post a new video, subscribe to this channel now.
That's sad, man. The production crew, man, didn't even know. Man, they kept that hidden. Kept it hidden all the way. And they didn't get paid for it. or no credit for it. That's a sad situation right there, you know. So in other words, man, they knew. I mean, they didn't know, but when they did find out, man, the production already had been done.
But it's gonna be easier for them to say they didn't know than them to say they did know. This plan had, that whole little docu-series had been in the works for about 2 years before it even started coming into fruition. So those people knew something. You know, they it's just, if they would have got the credit, would they still have the same attitude about coming out or speaking out about it?
Ain't that it?
You know, now you gotta look at motives. This is me, I question motives. They would have gave y'all the credit without y'all speaking out about it, would y'all still have spoke out about it?
Right.
You know, we talking about those group of people that resigned. can't forget now, Kim Fox whole office resigned after they indicted R.Kelly.
Man, they all resign, man. And, you know, so that they rather give up their job than put out this narrative, which was already put out. So you know,
right. The work had been done. Even in hearing what I mean, these stories, those black people that resigned, talking about these people putting their stories out. Okay, so and one thing that was key when he said these people sign NDAs with Lifetime, well, these accusers sign NDAs with R.Kelly.
Right.
Yeah, Sony gonna always, any of those big companies, anytime you go to work for them, you're gonna end up signing NDAs.
So, and with that understanding, so what makes Sony any different than R.Kelly? If these people signed NDAs with him, but they were still able to break those NDAs and give testimony to the government, you know, it's so. I ain't gonna say it's so crazy. It just he didn't have thorough enough attorneys to challenge certain things, you know, in the beginning. So now a lot of this stuff we probably gonna hear about in the appellate court. You know, if we go to Supreme Court, we're gonna hear about a lot of this stuff and a lot of things because we saw people that you know, talking about another like was Weinstein. Those women that he settled with and you know signed NDAs. Those people weren't able to come out and make statements and attack him.
True. And man, he still.
But I really do think, and I've been saying that you all, I really do think that listen, it's gonna be so swift with the it's gonna be so swift with the Supreme Court, y'all, overturned. It's just that simple.
Just on the prejudice alone.
Yeah.
Balance. You know, like yesterday in my live, I talked about a lot of stuff. You know that these people did just, you know, it wasn't right. And then Lifetime, you know, for them to now that it's been broke down, who's actually behind Sony? I mean,
baby, don't spill it, don't spill it,
you know,
don't spill it, Big Five. Drop that content, Mr. Bass. We ain't gonna spill it, Big Five. We gonna let them see it. Yeah, I bet you they ain't know that one, did it? Were they aware? Were the people aware who actually owns and is behind Lifetime? Let's talk about it. Come on now. Come on. Where y'all at, fellas?
You are welcome to another episode of HN What's Your Say? The #1 listening show, where we discuss real issues with real people like you. We are still featuring R.Kelly. Real name Robert Sylvester Kelly. Also known as the R&B King. We all know how much Lifetime television has been involved in orchestrating R.Kelly's downfall. And what damage the surviving R.Kelly docu-series which premiered on the same TV channel caused R.Kelly's reputation in what observers termed as a purely mudslinging campaign. The energy and seemingly unconditional involvement Lifetime television offered this takedown project was quite impressive, and caused people to wonder just how much the channel stood to gain from this. Little did they know that the TV channel is just one of Sony's numerous assets spread out around the world, to influence society's view of important issues, and a tool for taking down what we may term as the enemies of Sony Records. Lifetime has for long been known simply as just another American cable TV channel that is part of Lifetime Entertainment Services, a subsidiary of A&E Networks which is jointly owned by Hearst Communications and the Walt Disney Company. Headquartered in New York, and airing a number of lifestyle TV shows such as the popular Married at First Sight that are favorites to many around the world. Considering what appears online is so deceiving, it would never cross anyone's mind that the successful TV channel is owned and controlled by the giant record company currently working hard to send R.Kelly to the grave before his due time.
Do y'all hear this?
By the end of this video though, we shall have given you the proof that Sony indeed does own Lifetime television. and this will help you understand why they used the channel to premiere their infamous documentary, in order to leverage Sony's agenda in taking down R.Kelly. It has been in Sony's interest over the years to own and control numerous media broadcasting companies around the world, as a way of expanding their control and influence of the industry they now seem to control. And we are referring to the entertainment business. The company's dream is to own all the content in the world and have a share of revenue whenever a music video or movie is played, and when artists make tours around the world. The ever-expanding scope is also intended to allow Sony immerse so much power, enough to take down anyone that stands in its way, considering they know well that their exploitation agenda will not be well-pleasing to their victims, and some like R.Kelly did will eventually retaliate. Sony therefore prefers to keep their assets' information as underground as possible. That is why they have so many companies with boards of directors who they present as the actual owners of their key businesses, and the world will never know that these companies too are owned by the very same Sony. While it currently looks like it's only R.Kelly and Michael Jackson who have had to face the wrath of the media giant, it's only their voices heard simply because they were great enough to become Sony's greatest headaches. Otherwise, there are so many artists out there signed to the monster record label that feel oppressed and exploited, but just don't have the voice enough to raise an alarm for themselves. These artists know that the moment they open their mouths, giant Sony will be quick to step on their heads and quash them like Bigfoot escaped from the jungle, and they will not be lucky enough like R.Kelly and Michael to have someone fight their battles. This is why when artists like Akon spoke about the R.Kelly situation, they did it reservedly to avoid attracting so much attention to themselves and have to deal with Sony's wrath. It's unfortunate to note that there are many would-be successful artists on their own in Africa who have signed deals with Sony, without any meaningful legal advice regarding what they are getting themselves into. When an artist is trying to make their way to the top, they need money and Sony's millions can look enticing. But when it's time to pay back, the story is always different. What Sony offers is not any different from a bank loan to the artist. The only difference being that this one requires no accountability. Any money borrowed with no accountability and physical securities will look a lot, and artists are usually quick to splash it on fancy cars and jewelry, and before they know it, Sony is taking all their money and leaving them penniless. Returning to Sony's ownership of Lifetime Television, it's all hidden in plain sight and there are many ways to find out. The simplest way is to Google the search term list of Sony assets and proceed by clicking on the Wikipedia page link in your search results. This will take you to a page on one of the world's most trusted encyclopedia with the title, List of Assets Owned by Sony. Click the black white space on this page and search by using the Command+F function on a Mac, or Control+F function if using a Windows operating system, then type in Lifetime and enter. Let me know what answer you get in the comment section below. On this same page, you will see all other assets owned by the Monster Corporation, and you will be surprised to learn that these guys own almost everything media around the world. That is just one way for you to find this truth. There are many other ways that may not be legal enough to publish on this channel. But this is the truth about Sony and we hope it explains why Lifetime was so invested in this takedown agenda. And also proves to you that Sony is indeed behind R.Kelly's legal woes. The embarrassing suspicion that comes along with this is the possibility that every official involved in making life hard for R.Kelly could be on Sony's payroll, but pretending every day to be simply doing their job. How embarrassing it would be to learn that any judges on this case did take a bribe from the monster company to fulfill their selfish agenda. How humiliating it would be to learn that the media who have over the years published falsehoods about R.Kelly did all this to aid in the evil intentions of this exploitation machine killing music slowly but effectively. And how disappointing it will be for the people that have over the years subscribed to Lifetime Television, to learn that the same channel they have supported with love is just another arm of the Sony giant that exploits artists around the world, and later kills them with frustrating lawsuits by simply amplifying their life gaffes and supplementing them with false accusations to convince the world to hate them. Tommy Mottola, the used-to-be Sony boss himself, did hold Mariah Carey hostage in their mansion, and she has time and again testified to this. But what have the authorities done about this? Nothing. Why can't the government do the same with him as they have done with R.Kelly, since they are very concerned? Why is there no docu-series about this on Lifetime as was for R.Kelly? Only a fool will support such an unapologetic company and government against a citizen. Be it R.Kelly, Michael Jackson, or you and I. According to Timmy Brown, Sony wants R.Kelly's masters. Remember, a lot of Kelly's albums are under the record company Rockland Records, which is his record company. And also to note, Kelly wrote all his music himself, meaning he owns the rights to all his lyrics. Why do you think he was making $200,000 a week even when cited in jail? Sony is definitely out to get him like they did Michael Jackson. According to Lam03, I always felt Sony was so involved in the R.Kelly takedown. I understood about the masters. However, I did not imagine how much of Sony's DNA was all over this bogus enterprise charge. Many artists have said Sony is more like a street thug who throws a rock and hides his hands. Thank you HN for bringing a lot of clarity to this evil charade. I still do not understand though how all those people in the trail could be given immunity to lie on R.Kelly, and change previous statements while under oath yet suffer no consequences. That is all we had for you today on HN What's Your Say? To keep updated whenever we post a new video, subscribe to this channel now. Also remember to hit the bell icon and enable notifications. And
yes. How you like them diamonds? Were you aware of that, Big Bad?
Yes, man. Oh yeah. Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Been on it, man. Sony. I mean, they own a lot of stuff. ABC, they own the platform that Gayle King did the interview on.
Mm-hmm.
That, you know.
Yep.
They have all the motives in the world, and it all, like people saying, it goes back to that 30-year, that number 30. That's why I keep the number 30 is so relevant when it comes to R. Kelly, because the number 30 is the amount of time that you put in before you can even, you know, he signed his master.
Yep. They want to depot this man's shit. They want to just take his shit from him. That's all it is. That's all it is. They want to take his shit. So not only that, as we state and as we talk about and discuss, what is Ye talking about? The very same people. Is this or is this not the very same people that Ye is talking about? What people say he crazy.
Yep, that's it. They try to keep Kels in the studio making music, and you know, with these women, never thought that he would out them as far as wanting his, you know, publishing and masters back.
Absolutely. And so there y'all have it. You know, yes, Sony owns it. When it comes to them people, as Ye said, they own up every fucking thing. Okay? Allegedly. And evil is the shit, allegedly. Okay?
That's why they do certain, you know, there's only certain, you know, I tell people you have to always categorize this stuff. No, they don't care about people gaining celebrity. You know, they don't care about them gaining superstar. But when they become iconic, that changes the whole dynamic of their career. You know, iconic artists like Michael Jackson, like a Prince, like R.Kelly, you know, the greatest, you know, some of the other greats before them. And you become, you know, you're not going to be able to make this money off of me, you know, like you've done. You know, it's more like Kel spoiled the label. You know, our artists, a lot of our artists spoil these labels with all these riches. And like, once our artists become aware of, you know, what's really going on, then they speak out. But I don't think nothing is going to happen to Kels per se, like in a bad way, because it's a bright spotlight on him. But it's just the people that support him is not just getting the shine because of the media. Is the media outweigh, you know, the support for people who support him? But it is a lot of people supporting and watching, so they just can't know anything happen. And like I told people yesterday, the Jack Palladino, the private investigator that R. Kelly had, this guy also worked for Bill Clinton. He worked for Harvey Weinstein. This guy has worked for a lot of people.
That's on the pedal list.
Yeah. You know what I'm saying? And then now the federal government allegedly they wanted this man to come in and testify or give a statement. But then right after that, they say, well, then, you know, his untimely demise came. But then they admitted, they say, well, his testimony would have helped R. Kelly more. It would have helped the defense more than it would have helped the prosecution. So do you really think they wanted that man to come in and testify?
Nope. That's probably why he dead, allegedly. Let's go. Woo, may he rest. Evil motherfuckers.
Outside his home, they sent the hit. That man was man.
Let me guess, he got hit. Okay.
They said allegedly, I'm gonna let you go ahead, but they said that 2 guys ran up on him and tried to snatch an expensive camera from around his neck. He fell and hit his head. So he attacked.
That's what they said. Oh, okay. Zip ahead, Fred. Take our head out, put it on somebody else's body, right?
Sorry about that. Look, so now we know where the house of Satan is.
Yeah.
Most definitely. Most definitely. Is very evil, but you know, Kels has a lot of good spirit surrounding him. You know, he got a lot of good spirit. You know, and that's that thing. You know, when the devil comes, he got to bring a crowd. When God show up, he by himself.
He by himself, baby.
So
he by himself.
We don't need a big crowd to do what we got to do over here.
All right. That old coward. Yeah, baby. Our people gonna learn to stop dealing with them goddamn synagogues of Satan.
And you know how to direct your prayer now too. So you know where you're coming against.
Yeah, when you get too big, that's what it is. They let you get all you want to get. When you get too big, they'll snatch you down and come and take it all back.
Well, it goes back to like a lot of the parables that they say, like, greed. A lot of people, bad things don't happen when you get what you deserve. But when you start feeling like you deserve more and you start to be greedy, that's when you put yourself at risk of, something else happening. Not saying that Kel and Mike was greedy, but they was accidentally, they accidentally just got involved with people that wasn't for them. And it's so bad.
No good. Meant them no good.
No good. And with this industry, out of all we are the talent that runs this earth, this world.
Yeah.
We are divine people naturally. We don't have to practice. We don't have to learn. Naturally, at birth, we are born with rhythm. It's in our DNA, it's in our melanin. So how is it that everything that we do to entertain this world, we don't own none of it?
Facts on that.
That's a fact.
The same way they did it when they built the light system, when they built everything that black man has ever done, they have taken it from.
America was built on our backs.
Built on our backs. And they have come back and took it.
And they're building their generational wealth on the backs of our entertainers.
Facts. Time's up.
Amen.
So what they do? End up purchasing Sony, man, from the Japanese?
But the biggest thing about togetherness, like that's something that I've always preached about, unity. The day that we realize how powerful we could be if we ever came together and stopped worrying about Pookie owed me $5, Ray borrowed my spare tire, we need to come together. I always like to hear that story. I'm not good with the Bible, but I always heard about the seven trumpets that blew in the wall came crumbling down. That just a picture of that unity right there. Show you what the power of our voice can do if we came together.
Yes.
And preached the same, and got on the same page and preached the same message. These people couldn't do nothing. They can't do nothing with us. But
nope, without us.
Keeping them empowered.
Mm-hmm.
And we have a lot of our people have yet to see it because they still calling Kanye crazy.
Facts. But you know that some were meant to be blind for a certain period of time, correct, Mr. Bass? I mean, the veil has been lifted. So going back to what Ye said, we are slave. Well, not me, but we are slave by choice. We slave mentality. Just like Willie Lynch said, how to get the Negro to do what he do for the 400 plus more years. And have you proved? Listen, I have yet to prove that he lied. Listen, this motherfucker in his grave, and what he spoke truth is still going on. Now how you
do? It's crazy, man. And some right now that's been on my mind the last few days is I've been trying to figure out who's behind the movie. Is it an all-black editor, Arthur cast, writer, production with this new Emmett Till movie? Because this is the first time I've seen the movie get 100% on Rotten Tomatoes. I need to know who's behind the movie.
But okay, also, listen, my thing is, why would they create a Emmett Till movie when guess what? They talking about the bitch too old. Well, she can't even goddamn be charged. But let that have been a nigga. Listen to me. Let that have been a nigga, okay? I don't give a shit how old he is. He or she. Y'all already know the consequences. Y'all know the consequences for that one.
Man, they locked the bitch up.
Oh, they too old?
This man blind and on a cane, and they locked him up anyway.
All right.
Hey, it still ain't nobody been charged in it though, right?
No.
The woman, they say, for me, I don't know. I question things sometimes. They say they found a document, a arrest warrant for her from way back then. And, they tried to get it served, but this, that, and the third, they said they wasn't going to do nothing. It's sad. Like, and the reason why they don't feel like they got an answer to us is because the numbers are not there.
Yep. Do you not know how powerful we are, though? But all we got to do is like my boy Smitty said, all we got to do, that's God's word, baby. And remember I told y'all this, Mr. Bass, the day that we come together, oh my God, the heart of God gonna smile. Get what? Man, listen, that's gonna be that day. Please hear me, y'all. That's gonna be that day, okay? Oh my God. God gonna show himself for real. It's going down.
But, I got faith that it'll happen, but it's just gonna take something real critical to happen for us, for the people to see that it's for real.
Mm-hmm.
We is good at last minute shit. We
for
are
real. True.
But some of us are a little better at being prepared than some of us are good at, some people are good when they're under pressure,
Yes, Lord. Well, I mean, it's hope that, we will come together, it's just hope,
The biggest message from, Marcus Garvey to Malcolm to Martin to Fred to Jeff Ford to Larry, who it's been unity.
Yeah.
Has been the biggest message our people have been sending to us. And you know, I don't know, man, why that word just don't resonate when it comes to our culture. Every other culture fit together.
I listen, Big Bad, listen. I stated, long as they got BBLs, Jordans, Miley's, Loud Pack, well, Czar,
Now,
long as they got these things, and hey, that's what it is.
It also goes back to that slave mentality and
Exactly.
indoctrination in the school system
right,
Mm-hmm.
and the media,
Mm-hmm.
man, you name it.
right. I was telling one of my homies, Mr. Bass, because I watched this guy on YouTube by the name Dane Calloway. He do a lot of research.
Uh-huh.
They didn't indoctrinate school. School didn't become a thing until slavery was over with. Like,
Mm-hmm.
that's such
Fact.
thing in school.
Yeah.
Mm.
They
You know who owned the school system?
Yeah, they invented school and religion to they sort of had a round table meeting, like they talk about the meeting they had when they talked about the
The
hip hop,
music.
the
Mm-hmm.
music. These people sat around and had a meeting when the slavery, when they knew that they was gonna have to free the slave. They say, how can we control these people freely
Mm-hmm.
as if we still had them under those conditions? That's when they indoctrinated the school and this religion stuff.
Mm-hmm.
Like it's so crazy that a lot of our people, and I understand, we have some people like they see but don't see, hear but don't hear. That ain't my business. But at this point in life and the way that the world is going,
Shit, is everybody business.
it's everybody's business. You know what I'm saying?
Shit.
You can't just turn the blind eye to certain things. You have to speak out and speak up and speak out.
Yep.
You have to. My opinion. And I named it my opinion because I know everybody's entitled to their opinion. But what we seeing going on with R.Kelly, if they can do that to him, imagine what they'll do to a person like myself who can't afford no representation like that.
Yes.
But you know what? If we stood together, then I wouldn't need to afford a representation like
Yes.
Jennifer Bonjean. My people was out here representing me.
Yes.
My people is up in this court at the courthouse every trial day, making sure y'all treat me fair.
Mm-hmm. And that's the way that it's supposed to be.
That's how it was. Even like
That's
when
how it was, and that's how it's supposed to be. Well, where the citizens hold you to accountability.
when they talk about movies like Rosewood and A Time to Kill and all them was real stories. Jasper,
Mm-hmm.
all them was real stories, and you see our people showed up down at that courthouse every day. You couldn't even get through traffic, even though the people, they had the police and dogs and batons and shields and all type of beanbag. Our people still showed up because guess what?
Yeah.
Y'all gonna treat our people fair.
Yeah.
But I don't know. I had the hardest time this weekend. I had to sit my son down and we watched Jasper, Texas, because I have to show my son, look, we ain't removed from now. What you all are blind by what used to go on in this world, in this country.
Mm-hmm.
Trying to make y'all feel as though it doesn't exist, but
they erasing every history of it.
Yeah.
They erasing it all.
Yeah,
and guess what? We sitting up there allowing them to erase it. We allowing them to do it before our face. Look at how you just said, somebody said about the slavery on the ballot, solo dolo, where they put slavery on the ballot. I told y'all, every time they got controversy going on, it's a distraction. You got to go to the root to see what they are distracting you from. What is the distraction? Shout out to my boy Terry. Blessings, Terry. Shout out to Terry. Go ahead, Big Man.
And I say it's on the ballot in 5 states: Alabama, Georgia, Louisiana, and one other state. I want to say Arkansas. I'm not sure, but it's the states where you see the people working on the roads and farming, like Angola prison. How that is, like they consider that as slavery, but they saying Angola they raise everything. on the land. They live off the land. You know, so now they telling you with these prisoners, like these prisoners that work on side the road, these slang blades. When I saw the movie Life, it didn't surprise me because I see people like that every day in my hometown on side the road picking up paper and cutting grass. It's normal. Like, you know, it's sad, man. It's so sad that we have to we steady competing, but the ratio of people that's trying to pull us up is only like 25% versus the 75% that don't even care. Long as I got what I got, I'm okay. Long as my kids eating, I'm okay.
True that.
You know, it's all right to feel like that, but we got to think about, like you say, when that judgment day come, when that day of reckoning come, when Armageddon come. I always feel like this. I don't know if I'm the only one. I say, man, I just feel like it's gonna be a racial war in this country.
No, because I'm tell you why it won't be a racial war. Is because to the ones that are highly conscious to know what it is, they know that it is not the race. They know that race is not the enemy. They have used race bait for so many of years. Now we are in 2022. Now I'm just, this how I always love to explain it to you all. We in 2022, right? If you can, when you look out your door and you see so many mixed races together and have children, and you got all these mixed babies, whether it be, you know, black and whites, goddamn black and Mexican, white and Mexican, you have so many mixed of races now. So no, that would not be the issue. That would not. I don't see that being so. That's just my opinion. I don't see it. Maybe if it was just everybody with themselves, like, okay, I'm you know who I am, and I date only my people, and they date only their people. Yeah, that maybe would be the case then. But however, in these times, to really think that another race is the threat other than who the real enemy is, no, I don't see that. I don't see it.
Because they like the biggest thing.
We are fighting against the wrong enemy. Listen, I always try to tell people, know the enemy in which you are fighting. Listen, it is not the white man. The white man is not the enemy, y'all.
No, this world has
not the enemy. Know the enemy. Go ahead, Big Vi. Kanye just exposed the enemy. It's in the word.
The world has just exposed. The world has exposed everything. It's now the war is the rich against the poor.
Yes, it ain't no color. Guess what? It's money and control. Listen here. It's either rich or poor. There's no, listen, ain't no more minority. Ain't no more middle class. That shit is, listen, America was funded on the backs of middle class. Ain't no more of that. That shit is out the door. It's either you rich or poor, man.
That's it.
Yeah, you got funds now. We all got. We may have funds and set straight for a little minute, but listen to me when I state this. It has nothing to do with color. Okay? It's all about power and control. Okay? That mark, listen to me. That mark of that beast that is going to be approaching itself, that's creeping up on the people very soon. It didn't say you got to be black or white, did it? Okay, let's talk about it.
It's the power structure. It's the rich and poor. Wealthy. We're the wealthy of the poor, because rich is even considered poor when you talk about wealthy people. You know, and like you said about the banks, you know, those people, those names that you named, they was a part of shaping this country into what it is now.
Facts.
So basically, it's about the haves and the have-nots.
What's going on? I can't see whose name it is. Terry.
What's up, Mr. Terry? Blessings,
What's up? What's up, family? How y'all doing? I'm running a little late. You know, I had to catch up with Follow Dude.
Yes, like I said, for people to really think that it's a race war 22, that's what they trying to do. That's what they trying to do. Create a race war. Because guess what? Listen, that's what has worked for so many years on people that is misinformed. Race. Okay?
And it's just how people in the South, because like I say, for me, I think it was the best thing ever happened to me was moving from the South to moving up north. Because in the South, it's still the way it was back in the day. It's still segregated. In my home, they did a whole documentary on CNN about 2 or 3 years ago about my hometown. And it's the lake that separates. You have the, our side, and then you have their side. And when we moving, it's so bad where I'm from. When I get across the lake, they feel like they done made it. And when I start moving across the lake, they start moving further back. Now they start to leave the little town that I'm from. Now that more of our people are being able to afford to live across the lake, which was supposed to be the good side. So now those people that was once living there are starting to leave and move away, put their houses up for Airbnbs. Because they don't.
They'll be back. They'll be back once they get all of us up out of there. Trust me, I see it. Agenda 20 or whatever you hear. Hold on, y'all keep it going, fellas. I gotta grab me a snack, baby.
So when I moved to Minnesota, was the first. Like that was the first time I ever seen so many integrated relationships. It was. I'm like, well, where I'm from, I can't bring no woman home that don't look like us. You know what I'm saying? I'm just
facts.
My grandma, I don't know what my mom was. My grandma wasn't having it at all.
Yeah, my family didn't believe that as well, man. And growing up, yeah, it was like, I mean, you can bring a light skin one, but if that Caucasian walked through that, boy, you got all eyes looking at you like, what is going on?
Nah, they were we weren't able to do them right though. And like you say, a lot of time in them situations without a lot of our brothers and got messed up in situations like that because these young girls are Caucasian, they be willing participants, but if they family don't agree with it and have something to say and something happen to get caught or something with the guy, then the guy becomes subject to prison or jail because she want to yell out. She was willing to do all this. Now that don't agree with it and she get caught with this guy, now all of a sudden she being held hostage or she taken advantage of. Like these are the conversations I have to have with my son because I gotta try and equip him with everything that I can, and I don't know everything. I'm still young myself, but look, I'm trying to teach you the things to look for that these people aren't going to tell you. As long as you do that and just pay attention, man, it ain't hard to figure out who for you and who not for you.
Amen.
And most importantly, just have to make your own way. Don't look to nobody. Don't get that in your head that somebody owe you something. Make your own way. Come up like my granddad say, pull yourself up by your own bootstrap.
True that.
You gotta worry about nobody talking about what they done for you. So the way I carry myself, I came up under the real older people. I never had conversations with younger guys, those in my generation, because what people were talking about, it helped me. That's like being a kid. But when my granddad used to send me, pass me that 3 1/4, pass me that half inch, right there, that's when I'm getting them good conversations.
True that.
Yeah, see, that's how it was when we were growing up in my neck of the woods, man. We had all the older cats that really, just taught us, but it was the ones that was willing to, to sit there and listen. You had a bunch of knuckleheads and stuff, but if you're trying to have a right path for yourself, there's nothing wrong with getting that knowledge from the older people, man. And see, that's what we fail to realize. That's what we're going to be missing these next couple of years. The old people be able to drop that knowledge to us and do whatever because, shit, babies having babies right now. How can you going to teach a baby when you already a baby?
See that, Mr. Terry? But also you got to realize, check this out. Those who taught us growing up, just like my grandmother. My grandmother, my mother didn't train me. My grandmother did. So they're just like you all, probably grandfather or grandmother or, something of that nature. But however, I'm going to tell you all the disconnect. The disconnect when you got them 54 and 55 years old out here right now. These young kids out here, they're not respecting them because guess what? You got the OG, who they call the OG, sitting up there want to be younger than them. They want to smoke blunts. They ain't got no respect. They pants hanging out they butt. They listen to the trap music. So that's what it is, y'all. You know
true that.
There are no more OGs like there used to be the OGs, okay? The OGs now, listen. The OGs in our time coming up, they taught us right from wrong, how to work, how to get out there, how to provide, etc., etc. These now, they want to talk about the, the ores, they on the mileage, they want the reefer, they
want to hang out with the young people and everything.
What do these young men have to look up to? Nothing.
Facts on that, bro.
Facts. Some kids will get mad at them.
Yeah.
Tell the truth, shine to them.
And we missing, we be talking the whole generation, that generation of Y2K, man, them kids are being killed at a rate of
yes.
They either being killed or incarcerated.
Listen, and we just stated this. Listen to me. I'm gonna tell you when the year started because see, I started having kids in 98. You can tell the difference in my kids. You know what I'm saying? Even though they are raised and trained, however, smart as hell. But I'm gonna show you something. My oldest son, 98. Okay. Then you got my next to my oldest, 2000. Guess what? The next one after that, 2001. Oh, that's that pipe hyper. Okay. That's the one, listen, authority killing about none of that. Okay. So from 2001, what they call them, the millennials.
The millennials.
There you go.
Man, it's crazy, man. Especially up north. When you hear about Chicago and you hear about like Minnesota up there with all that killing, man, that's early 20s. Early 20s. 18, 19. It was so crazy at one point to where I used to ask like, how do I even live up here? It used to be so bad. Like, I'm like, none of these kids, like, it seems like every time you look around, my little brothers, one of their friends, they going to a funeral.
Yeah, but listen, Big Rap, I'm from Birmingham, Alabama. From them trenches. That's all I'm going to say. I moved mine out, okay? They will not be in prison or on fentanyl, okay? Man. Or dead, period. Those are the only options where I come from, at them trenches. Right. Birmingham, Alabama, okay? Everything, listen, they killing, shooting, killing up, listen, it's sad.
That's beyond sad.
Yeah, you're right about that, definitely, because I was just talking with my mom the other day and just found out one of my friends, he's an older guy, about 40-something. He got popped by a 20-something-year-old.
Yeah,
because he, you know what I'm saying? I think dude was just about, I think he just turned 20. He was a young guy because they was talking about at the store, change the words, you know what I'm saying? The older guy tell him, you know what I'm saying, be respectful because he was cussing like it. Next thing you know, he lost his life when he walked out the store. Because, over what? Because he's trying to just give you guidance. You know what I'm saying? And nowadays you can't even do that. You know what I'm saying? It's like how can you step to help the young generation when they so rebellious? Like, you know what I'm saying? My hands tied. So I'm like, okay, what can you do? Shit, they carrying guns bigger than what we got.
Yeah. I don't play with them, Terry. Look, man.
Me either.
Bro, my bad. I ain't mean that. Hey, how much them shoes cost? Here you go, man. Shit, I ain't, my bad, man.
Nah, fuck all that. Listen, I don't pull up. I don't stop. Listen, if the store crumple them motherfuckers, I keep on going. Cause get what I told shit bigger than they told shit, okay? And get what I'ma slang that shit. So I just stay out their way, so I won't have to slang take nobody's child life, cause I got children of my own. Understand me? Listen, I don't stop by them. Listen, if they so happen to push up and I'm excuse me, baby, I get the hell on, okay? Listen,
True that.
Be pushing, okay? I get the hell on. Cause see, you can't stand that to them. But hold on, that goes back to remember the meme that Crazy Bone
talking about.
The meaning pertaining to the rap, and listen, it's the rap and what the fuck they put in them vaccinations.
Yep.
You had to get them fucking children growing up. Okay.
That's why my grandma told me, she didn't allow my mama to do the vaccination, and then they say, oh well, you can't go to school. Well, there is a form you got. My mama had to fill out a form, like as far as like we don't do that, and you look at like how is it that our people now are so strung out on opioids, and who's leading the world in opioid overdoses?
Oh, okay.
It wasn't us.
Our youngins.
Our people are the ones on the Xanaxes and the fentanyl and all this.
And Perks
out the world. Like it's crazy, man. And it just seems as though, like like you say, man, the hardest thing to do is try to have a conversation with them, with these young kids, because they feel as though
they think you're crazy. You don't know shit.
And the parents, it goes back to some of the parents. They allow their kids to control them. Tell them what to do and what not to do. I tell my son, when my son lost his mama, and he was 12 years old, so it was tough because me and his mom we didn't have the best relationship while she was here, because she started to move around with my son, didn't really, want me dealing with him as much as I was because she moved on or whatever. No big deal. But I told my son, I don't want to talk to him and put his mama in a negative light, because
exactly
I what they feel. So I don't tell him about that. But when you tell me that, oh, my mama hated you, this, that, and the third, now me and you gotta have a real conversation.
Exactly.
You feel like you can swell your chest up. I'm gonna let the air out your ass right now, so let you know how it's gonna go down when you up in here. Because guess what? Hey, boss lady, I put out all the paperwork, man. I've been sending process servers to serve your mama for 4 years. I've been doing my part, trying to get in contact with you to have time to spend with you.
And see, that's where women be wrong at. They use these children they take them children and use them children against the men. You know what I'm saying? I've seen it happen because, listen, I told you all, I am the only girl. I have 5 brothers, okay? So, with that being said, I've seen my brothers go through some things to the point where I don't get in their relationships, but I'll be like, hey, oh, hell no. Like, they know I'm spazzing. I'm finna go all the way left because it ain't right. Don't do that. One of my brothers, baby mom, like my brother got about 7 kids. Take it all on. Get with. He's still in that life of Jordan, child. Get with. He got every pair come out. He got it, and all 8 of his damn children got him. You understand me? He go and make the money. He provide. He do what he do. He do their hair, everything. The mama work like a Hebrew, just like I do. But my nieces and nephew ranging there 1, 3, 4, 5, 6. Like, you know what I'm saying? So my brother is their mother and their daddy. He go to work, drop them off. Listen, drop them off at daycare, go to work, go on this little break, pick them up, deal with them, handle them, go back. Like, he do all that. You got the audacity to go and put my brother on child support because he moved on. Like, this type of shit that you know what I'm saying? I have seen. But, instead of allowing that child to just see the parents for itself, you know what I'm saying, for themselves, don't go against your mama, your daddy. No. Don't do that. Because when that child gets older, and find out everything, that child will be angry at you. You see the situation where R.Kelly, his daughter, right?
Right.
Now she's starting to hate her mother and have issues with her mother. Don't use these children as tools to play get back. It's not right.
Yeah, you're right about that. Because I went through the same scenario.
Yeah, go ahead.
I went through the same scenario with mine, and because my son, when he was younger and everything, I used to just try to let him know, listen, if anything ever happened between me and your mom, you know what I'm saying, because it didn't work out, My job is to still take care of you because you didn't ask to come here. Man, my son used to rebel so bad. And I'm like, what in the world? Why you acting like this? So, because, I used to get them for the summertime and stuff. So by that time, so I was like, you know what? I think there's a lot much going on in the situation. So I had to start, communicating, talking to him a little bit more stuff. And he was like, Dad, my mom talk about you like a dog. I said, but son, you know what? Evidently, she's talking about me like a dog because a jewel done left from her and went on about his damn business. I said, but at the same time, don't pay that no attention. I said, till this day, after I done got full custody of, she paid me child support. I never mention her name. I don't say nothing about her. I don't talk about her. Only thing I ask them, have you reached out to your mom? No, sir, I ain't did. Okay, I'm done. I did my part. Because at the same time, I don't want him to think or hear all the abuse and all this stuff. Whatever problem I had with your mom, that's between me and your mom. Not between me, your mom, and you, because at the same time, you're a child. You know what I'm saying? Our situation is different. So, like I said, hey, I can love a person from a distance because I don't have to be around you. And like I told my son, I have a relationship with my mom. I said, but and then sooner or later, whenever you find out and you man up, hey, call her and talk to her. Ask her those questions. Now, if she don't want to answer the questions and stuff, at least you tried. But at the same time, don't never think that, oh, my dad said this about my dad don't even mention your name. He tell her that to this day. My dad don't even talk about you. Why do I need to?
Right.
Because I'm not doing no better than what she did, because during his younger days, the way you rebelled towards me, son, that was her putting negative vibes in your ear and in your head. But when you finally got around me, he really thought, his dad, you ain't nowhere like my mom said you were. I said, son, people can tell you anything, but the action shows when you come to me. Because one thing about it, I ain't got to do tit for tat. My job is to love you, take care of you, and let that be whatever it is. So, yeah, because they'll put your ass in some webs. Don't get me wrong, and they nasty with it too.
Yeah, but that too, Mr. Terry and Big Vi, guess what? That too has caused a problem for these kids. These kids be walking around with a lot on their shoulders like adults.
Yeah.
Like what the hell?
And Terry, look, bro, I'm a single father. You a father raising your son. Hey man, we're gonna have to do a panel on my channel one day, man.
Yeah.
Think about it, man.
Yeah. Because I mean, you know what I mean? Because don't get me wrong, it's a lot of good dads out here, man. I done met a bunch of them, but it's just a sad part about it when you have to hear about the conversations like, man, this woman dogged me out, bro, and all I did was just stay my distance. I was like, bro, we ain't gonna never get the benefit of the doubt, because at the same time, they're hurt because you done moved on, things didn't work out, but then now they got to look at this baby, but they can't have you. No, we did what we did, and things didn't work out, so move on. But at the same time, let me know what my child needs. I'm going to be in his life or her life regardless if we're in together. But at the same time, don't bash me because you know what I'm doing. And that's the messed up part about it. She knew. And I mean, I sent her money 24/7, 300. My son said, Dad, I never received a dime that you sent me. Wow. And then when he moved with me, I laid that nigga I showed him my whole receipt book. He said, Dad, you've been taking care of me ever since I was gone. I said, that's my job, bro. I can't help what she was telling you, and you know what I'm saying, your dad ain't this, your dad ain't that. Dad been there. But I'm gonna show you the real man that I am. And when I went to them courts and served them paper, let me get him. And this is where he need to be at. And at the same time, I ain't got no animosity against you. It's your job to keep your relationship with your son, not me telling him.
And I mean, as a woman, a mother who has told her precious blessing for 9 months in the way, I can't get it, y'all. I don't know. Maybe it ain't meant for me to get it, but I don't understand. However, there are also men out here that are just like that, you know.
Yeah.
Because it forced me to. I was a single mother. I raised all 5 of mine. No system, no government, no nothing. I did that. Nobody but God. You get what I'm saying? And see, mine was bad because I moved on with my life as well. He said he thought I was gonna sit there while he continued having whorish ways. I was up and out of there. No. I'm out. So, you know, he, took it out on my kids because I no longer wanted to be with him. And he didn't take care of mine. And here it is, 3 boys. You get what I'm saying? So I had to show him, and then my brother's like, we all from the streets, we in the streets. And, my brothers couldn't, because hell, we ain't have no daddy, until my stepdad came along. You feel me?
Right.
But I'm like, no. So, over the years, I've never, regardless to what, I've never discussed their dad with them. I never told him he ain't never did that. It's things to this day that my boys don't know that ever came out their father's mouth when I cut them off. You know what I'm saying? Right. And the things that he has said, they'll never know. And they grown. My boys are grown now. And, it's just not something for me to do. As they got older, and they formed their own opinion. They see who was there, who took care of them, who was barbershop flow, all of that. And even with them being grown, I say, listen, your dad was young. He couldn't be a father to you all because he didn't have one. He didn't know how to be. So give him a chance now. You know what I'm saying? I try to meme that with them. Like my oldest boy, he cool, he good with him. The second oldest good one, but that baby boy, now I don't care, nigga. Like, nah, he not letting up. He don't care about none of that. He don't care. Ain't no making it right, nigga. Where you was back then, though.
Right.
Because he really see mom held the grind.
You have to forgive him, man. No, I ain't trying to. So get with him. He'll be like, hey, you got some money? If he give him some, he ain't trying to talk to him. I said, that's not right. You know what I'm saying? But he got his own mind shit out there, bird, man. But hey, it is what it is.
Yeah. And see that, and that's what I had to learn how to do because, I'm saying, my dad was a Rolling Stone, saying as well. And I had to, my mom, she set me down. She said, son, regardless of whatever you do, you still going to have to forgive him. Because at the end of the day, he gonna have to carry that torch of what the years he missed out and everything. And I was like, but mom, why? She was like, baby, this is just the godly thing to do because you'll have peace in your heart and you'll know how to deal with him on a level where you won't have to rebel to it. I speak to him and everything and stuff. Like I said, I love him, but I love him from a distance. Don't want nothing to ever happen to him, but I can't stop God's work. But at the same time, I always tell my son and I tell him each and every day, I had a past with my dad, but one thing about it, my reflection of what I dealt with him you will never see that side of me because at the same time, God helped me forgive him in my heart. That's why I'm a strong father to this day. That's why I'm in your life. When you need something, I'm there. You ain't got to ask nobody for nothing. If I ain't got it, I'm going to work to get it. And we going to have it together. You know what I'm saying? So I try to instill that into him, you know what I'm saying? Like I said, hey, and my mom, and one thing about it, my mom never talked about him either. I always used to ask the question, Mom, why he don't come around? And she said, baby, leave it alone. I'm here. If you need me, I'm here. And so I kept it to that point. But then when I got older, I really started catching on. I said, okay, pop shit, you got 5 kids, 5 different women. So you living your life. I get it, but I'm not mad. But when I get older and I can become a father and stuff, don't get mad at me because I'm not doing what you did to your kids to mine because my kids need love. They need me in the
mine got still with mine got lived with 8 different mamas. I'm the one had the 3 and the rest of them different women, okay?
And that boy, they were laying it down.
8 different women, okay? Besides myself.
That nigga there's an Energizer bunny, ain't it?
Now all of them got the same treatment, okay? Okay.
I devoted myself. My son that I live with, he only had one son by his mama, but my other kids that I have, I told myself, no matter, as long as we in this country, United States, it ain't enough distance to keep me away from my kids. I'm gonna take trips. And I'm not going on a weekend. I want to go up there when it's the weekday, when I go out to the school. I'm going to go meet your teachers. I want to do all of this stuff.
True that. Yeah.
I use what my dad did to me as a guide or a tool, a motivation to say, you know what, it ain't enough distance to keep me away from my kids. And in the summertime, they all coming in the summertime. The house is theirs. I'm sleeping on the couch. Y'all have it, whatever y'all want to do. Because all I wanted to do when I became a father, I just wanted to be the best father that I could be. And regardless of what nobody said, anybody said, this shit don't come with no instruction guide. You just got to do it.
Damn sure don't.
True that.
But it do teach you is what you went through. You don't want Jordan to go through what you experienced. So that's why you're going to make it right and keep it right, okay?
Mm-hmm. That's it.
If you got common damn sense, mine ain't never seen a bad day. I wish I had to let them see it and they wouldn't be so rotten. But it is what it is.
Yeah, facts. True that.
Yeah.
But you know, that's one thing though this world has to, you know, get back to doing is like, you know, appreciating good men and good strong men that's out here doing it. You know,
True.
not just
True.
the ones that's, you know, in the homes with the, you know, keeping it together. You know, but I just feel like, you know, this system, the way that they put this system is like they don't give you a chance. You know, give me a chance. You know, versus just automatically running down there. You can't. How can you call me a bad father and the child ain't even 2-3 days old?
They pinned us against each other, man.
You know
Listen,
what I'm saying?
just like when
but
they
you know,
bought their ass up, listen, just like when they bought their ass over here, they sat back and they watched how we loved each other.
mm-hmm.
We took care of everything. Listen, we ain't need nobody them for nothing. God, listen, it was love, 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 peace, and love. They invaded. They thought they invading ass over here and fucked with us, and it went from there. So guess what? From then until now, they continuously doing it, playing us against each other.
Facts. Yep.
Okay. So, Mr. Bates, is there any more content left? If it is, go ahead on and drop the rest of that content. I think I may have another clip, y'all. If not, all right.
Welcome to LFN News, a production of LFN Media, bringing you the latest in celebrity news, with specific analysis to keep you in the know of what is going on around you. One can't help but get angry at the fact that the twice scamming former hair braider to R.Kelly actually managed to initially successfully extort the R&B king of funds to the tune of $650,000 in a settlement deal back in 2003. The conniving hairdresser had allegedly accused R.Kelly of abuse, and just like any celebrity would, R.Kelly was advised by his lawyers to agree to a settlement deal, having clearly determined that she was merely interested in money, and that $650,000 would surely be nothing compared to the possibility of a baseless scandal, especially at that particular time of his life. Let's set the record straight here though, before we move on any further. It's important to note that Lanita Carter, who had supposedly served as Kelly's hair braider for over a year, was actually 24 years old at the time. Well, she went on to extort yet another $100,000 from R.Kelly in 2009, after Kelly released a song about getting intimate with a hair braider, claiming she was the lady R.Kelly had referred to in the song. Little did she know that she was actually giving herself up, making these accusations. But we shall delve into this a little later. What's ironic, however, is the revelation that Lanita now just might be as broke as she probably was before she extorted R.Kelly, if not broker, after word that her home, the down payment of which came from part of the money she had extorted from Kelly, was up for foreclosure. Karma has indeed paid her a visit, proof of what they say that it will always come back biting. However late. A wise man once said, "Easy come, easy go." And indeed, what comes easy won't last long, and what will last long won't come easy. It's funny how, when Lanita saw yet another opportunity to extort R.Kelly, following a call from Cook County State's Attorney Kimberly Fox, who was pleading for alleged victims to come forward, she was quick to come out and allegedly share her story. Although she claims she is too eager to share even more detail in a trial, as she hopes there will be one in regards to the Cook County indictment, which in itself is highly doubtable, she had better get her story straight before she plans to take to the stand, because a lot of her recounts don't add up at all. It's amazing just how much body language, in conjunction with a rehearsed script, can actually give away. We dare to bring you the few ignored details in her interviews that seem to give away much more than she ever intended to share. First, from her interview on Lifetime's Surviving R.Kelly, The Reckoning, it's clear that her tears in all these interviews she has been doing since she allegedly chose to go public with her story, are indeed genuine tears, but those tears ain't related to what she alleged R.Kelly did to her after all. Yes, they could actually be related to R.Kelly, but for a different reason altogether. Besides, why would she be genuinely crying about something she herself made fun of and joked about on several of her failed stand-up comedy stunts? But as it turns out, Lanita was also allegedly molested at a young age, between the ages of 8 and 12. It's very likely that she actually came up with this story as part of her scam to try and get close to R.Kelly, having been well aware of R.Kelly's equally difficult childhood. And as it is, she doesn't need a scarly past to cry us a river. Andrea Kelly, R.Kelly's ex-wife, has shown us just how easy it is to set those tears rolling, irrespective of the facts. But if there should be any truth in her story, then that's pain enough to have any women shed tears enough for a dozen TV shows straight, every time they talk about the subject. All they would need to do is pull up just a single memory from that dreaded past, and you have yourself a crying baby. But that's not all. We learned from Lanita herself that she had actually been in an abusive relationship with her husband at the time. And she says she did confess this to R.Kelly, who tried to help her get out of that place. But did she? She confesses that R.Kelly was actually giving her sound advice, talking to her, allegedly making her feel like he believed in her. She was depressed then, hurt and without friends, so she claims. Was she telling him all this just to build a certain bond with him? He told her she was stronger than that, better than that, and rightfully so, allegedly asking her not to be weak, leaving her feeling better than before. Does that sound like an abuser? She went on to confess that that was the first time somebody had talked to her, and treated her with respect. Do you see the pattern? She was slowly falling in love with R.Kelly. Maybe all of R.Kelly's kindness to her had sent off wrong signals after all. She confessed that she told R.Kelly almost everything, because he was too easy to talk to. Lanita further claims that after an incident, where one of the members of R.Kelly's entourage hit on her at the studio one day, and she allegedly refused, things between him and Kelly shifted in a major way. She claimed that Kelly blamed her for not giving him a heads up about the incident. Really? I got a phone call, and it was Robert irate over the phone, asking me, "Why didn't you tell me this was going on?" She said. I said, "I'm so sorry. I would have told you, but I didn't think it was nothing." She narrates. Lanita seems to be leaving out some critical detail here. Anyone with half a brain can clearly read that R.Kelly and Lanita had already grown intimate at this point. Since when had R.Kelly started caring who any of his entourage members hit on? And why would he be angry with her for allegedly saying no? And why would she be apologizing after all? She was a grown woman to start with 3 kids for that matter. There's just this thing about telling a story, for which you want to sound believable, but still conveniently leave out anything incriminating, anything that would compromise you. You just will never know how much truth to say, and how much to leave out. It's no wonder detainees always have a right to their silence. It's clear you're safest with your mouth fully shut. But should you choose to start talking, then you had better say it all as is, otherwise, it will be as easy knowing you are lying from what you haven't said, as it would be saying it all together. Lanita goes on to confess that after that incident, something was obviously different. Of course. Whatever went down between her and that alleged entourage member didn't sink in well with R.Kelly. I stopped getting called to come and do his hair, she explained. She said she would call trying to get hold of Kelly, only to be told he wasn't in the studio. Lanita claims that after about a month, an R.Kelly employee suddenly called her for a hair appointment. This is probably the point she made the decision she had to blackmail him sooner than later, well knowing her initial bond with Kelly had been greatly compromised. Clearly, she was not ready to be just his hair braider. She had confessed she wasn't even earning quite enough from it after all. She then narrates how much she endeavored to apologize to R.Kelly for that incident of over a month ago. Here is someone apologizing over and over again for being hit on, just being hit on, and by who? Not by R.Kelly, but allegedly by someone in R.Kelly's entourage. Something just doesn't add up. That aside, her details of the actual day in question just have something amiss. But that's probably a story for another day. But if she thinks she is going to come with this story in a trial, where Jennifer Bonjean serves as a defense attorney, she had better think again. Bonjean will just shred her into pieces, and those tears of hers will actually come in handy more than ever. And if she thought she had gotten yet another free ticket to bag yet another bounty, she had better think again. She should have just held tight on the $750,000 she was lucky to get. Whoever told her to mismanage it? Although it's no surprise that she must have lost it all. Just like the saying goes, what goes around comes around. Karma is real, so she was bound to lose it anyway. That's all we had for you today. Please let us know what you personally think of Lanita Carter's allegations. We value your honest opinion.
True that. True that. She ain't do the right thing to get it. She did all the wrongful, lyingful things that it was to get it. Now her house in foreclosure, and it's a struggle over there, baby. The seizure, so they all just done caught hell.
Man, she must have really thought she was about to get some more bread.
Man, killing with these women. Oh,
But what?
I mean,
y'all, I ain't seen a bad one yet, y'all.
I'll come here when y'all done.
I ain't seen a bad one yet, y'all.
Me neither. I agree with you on that, boss.
Dust the feet, please don't bother me, okay? Listen, I ain't seen a bad one yet. Like, Chaos really, he ain't give two shits about money. You know, it really shows that man was not about money. It wasn't nothing about none of that. Cause these women he chose, oh my God, who were of age, which were grown and of age, but the looks of them, look at her, like, come on, y'all.
Them lips and that tongue, man, must have been awesome. She thought she looked like $750,000 strong.
You ain't lying, because she looked like she done ate a whole bunch of damn Snicker bars.
Them head almost.
For real, I'm like, you know, but I really ain't seen a bad one. I mean, in the whole transition. I'm
Man,
like, damn, okay.
I ain't even seen a damn cute one. I'm just being honest.
The only one that was decent was Holly Calhoun.
Yeah, she was decent. And
You know,
what's decent too? That other girl, that damn Sabbath girl.
Joy looked decent too.
Yeah, she was decent. But hey, overall, Chaos and how he seen, and no, damn,
I don't think he ever slept with Geronda. Geronda was sleeping with Bubba.
Yeah,
Lanita Carter, she stole somebody's story
and ran with
it.
He never even with a hot breath.
What y'all think about Kitty?
She was decent. I mean, she was decent, but
Lanita Carter,
I think Lanita Carter was sent by the lawsuit crew.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, when they collecting them phone numbers and shit.
Yeah, so she probably got $650,000, but she probably only got about $15,000-$20,000 out of that, because allegedly Barry and Demetrius and Jim and Susan and Daryl, they getting they cut off top.
They cut off the top.
Oh, fact, definitely.
They were pimping all their ass.
There's a lot of people, man, that was in that pocket. Yeah.
Oh, the lawsuit scheme. They ran that, man. They ran the lawsuit scheme. He had a lawsuit scheme with these women. Then they also had the crew that was booking these shows, and they was getting the upfront money, and Kale's not showing up because he didn't know. So when an artist book a show, he get paid his upfront. But if he don't show up, the booking people can sue him. And he had to get that upfront money back, plus the losses that they paid for the venue and everything. So he getting sued on the back end, so he losing money every way.
Yeah, definitely. They were scheming on him throughout the whole ordeal, man.
Yeah, they
from the women all the way to the men.
If he wouldn't went to that bank, y'all, I don't think he would have knew shit.
I don't think so neither. I'm with you on that, boss lady. If he would have never went, I don't think he probably would have known he even had $350,000 in that bitch.
Man, it's crazy, man. It should have been had over $500 million. He should have had, 500. He should have been up there. Over 75 million records sold. You do that at $10 a record, man. That's $750 million.
Fact, yeah. They should have been telling that nigga, your account runneth over. For real. I ain't lying, but shit, that nigga, that account got drained. But come on, man. Yeah, just look at the concept, man. That nigga account supposed to be running over. They supposed to told him, man, you got to take out another account. You got too much money in one. But at the same time, like you said, when you got all them crooked, evil people that's behind you, male and female, just want you for your money, that's what they gonna leave you with.
The manager,
yeah,
trips, he booking vacations for him, his family, flying all over the world, and all types
with kids' money.
Yep, go ahead, Bill.
I was just tripping out the fact that, man, hell, when he walked in that bank, they probably like, oh yeah, man, come here, man, come here. I got to show you something. Man, we first time seeing him in the bank, you know.
You show you a little something too late, ain't it? Shit, he was right.
But you know, to go 30 years without going to a bank,
yes,
right there in itself is.
Dude was like, hey man, come here, man.
Hey man, say man.
You know, I don't know what's been going on over there in your camp, man, but man, this camp ain't looking right.
But then him being so afraid, you got to also listen at what he was doing. He was having royalties and different things sent into other people's accounts. Because people was taking so much from him.
Yep.
He had started redirecting funds to other people.
Yep.
And I'm like, damn, like, this is why it would have been important for his older kids that could open bank accounts to have a relationship with their dad. Because I'm not trusting my homeboy with $5 million of my money.
Hell no.
Hell no.
And we boys, but I don't want this money to come between our relationship. You know what I'm saying? Because, you know, man, I just took $100,000. I ain't think you're missing. No. That ain't how it go.
That's subtracted from the 5 million now. Come on, man.
I ain't lying.
$5 million no more, man.
Heck yo. See, Kel walked in the bank like a regular citizen. Shit, you are average nigga. You broke.
See how Yee said they did him? He put 140-something million in JP Morgan Chase. He said they treat me like I wouldn't.
Facts.
So imagine how they treated him with 300,000 in the bank.
Shit, they could go over there. You know, wait a minute. Nigga, go over there. Wait till we call you. We'll call you after a while. You gotta sit there for about an hour. Shit.
You a nigga supposed to come in through the back. You don't even supposed to come through the front though.
Hey, they knew someone right. They like, oh man, he done showed up, man. Let me get this paperwork together. And
I ain't lying. Mr. Kels, do you know you had too many overdrafts?
Shout out to Bill though. Shout out to Bill Cosby, man, for putting Kels on, putting him in.
Yeah, baby. If he had not, oh my God. If Bill had not, listen, if he had not introduced my girl Gladiator Man Giveaway, oh my God, y'all.
It's gonna be hell.
Oh my God.
Cause he had the money to pay, man. They say Mesereau wanted like $1 million. He had the
They fucked that man all the way around, even down to the tennis that was dealing with him. Lord. But Sony got a mean crew over there on it. Look, I told y'all they be placing motherfuckers in your house. They be your babysitter. They be your nanny. They be your window cleaner. They be your lawn man. They keep their eyes. They be everywhere. When you in the entertainment business, hell, they even put you with your mate, allegedly.
Facts. To keep tabs on you.
Behind, allegedly, them people were behind Bill Cosby's son.
Yep. True that, allegedly.
We gonna say allegedly. They behind the shit. They say Bill Cosby's son he was the first one had them fucking run flat tires on his car.
Yeah.
He had a flat tire and couldn't drive to go get his tire changed.
True that, allegedly.
We gonna say allegedly, but it's when it comes down.
I think they did that to his boy to send Bill a message.
Yep, exactly.
That's what I think.
And guess who the gatekeeper is with Sony? From our people. That guy Jones.
Already been the biggest one throughout the whole ordeal. Anybody dealing with that and dealing with Sony, shit, he got first deals.
Yep.
Yeah. He been crooked for years, bro. He one of the big main gatekeepers. But if you ever notice it, he always stayed behind the scene. You don't really see him out that much. He really disappeared after Tupac got died.
Yeah.
Got killed. Yeah, that's when he really laid low.
Tupac to put the wood on him, man. I said, oh, no, don't tell me. Don't tell me.
Asshole, allegedly.
They say he want Tupac to take him down through there, man.
He wanted that. He wanted that.
In order for you to marry my daughter, man, please, man, you crazy.
He wanted that thug passion, baby.
Nigga want that thuggin' love.
Your own daughter, nigga, you want that nigga meter? Oh, no. Hey, that industry is something serious over there, baby.
Yeah, you want to marry my daughter, you got to marry this. Lay it down, lay it down. But you got to realize though that man done fucked up a lot of people's lives in that industry, man, and he's still going with it. Yeah.
That nigga CD too. Somebody had the audacity. I was going through the website what it was, Saturday, or Sunday. I was going through the website. Motherfucker got on there and said CD done changed his life or some shit. I said, what the fuck? He wanted them, so how he gonna make you crazy? He took enough meter, baby. From the old school to the new school, boy. Ooh. Now they got an asshole.
Shit, walk around here loose booty. Yes, sir, for real. Then you want to throw the rock and hide your hand. You can't come back from that. Ain't no way in the world you gonna come back and just try to tell anybody, okay, like that preacher said. What he said, I ain't gay no more. Shit, okay. Keep putting it out there on yourself, man. I don't knock, you know what I'm saying, nobody for what.
Look, what that boy them thugs said they be saying? Come on, you should come on my house and watch movies with me.
I'm having a slumber party. You get to the house, ain't nothing but a bunch of niggas in there. Yeah. Yes, sir. And they say allegedly, you know, Quincy loved when he around the house, he loved them silk pajamas.
Well, hey, look. Hey, do you want something to drink? No, I'm good. I'm straight. I got a bottle of water in my coat pocket.
Thank you. I bought my own drink. I ain't want nothing. I'll drink my spit before I take a drink, y'all. Fuck around and be, hey, wake up your ass hanging up upside down. The hell going on, yeah?
God damn.
Look, don't know what that happened to you. They done had every hole out of your mouth, your ear.
Hey, you got that waking up throat dry in the motherfucker.
Damn, what the fuck happened, partner? Oh shit, man. You stand like nigga.
Ain't lying. Nigga, you done had a colonoscopy. Nigga done check that temperature while you knocked out. See it.
Listen, man, now, I know guys come together. They get together, they drink, they watch football game. But nigga, you should come to my house and watch a movie, y'all. Man,
please. I got movies at home. Nah, bro. That ain't. Listen here, we ain't have no slumber party. The hell you talking about? No, sir. You ain't watching football, basketball, or boxing. I ain't coming.
Go on and have that party now, you know.
No, wait a minute. It goes back to hold up, y'all. Mr. Terry, you probably just exposed something else. You said a slumber party. Y'all remember that boy Gooch made that song Slumber Party? Was that what he was in reference to? Gooch.
Could be, yeah. Cause you know what I'm saying. They have all the parties. Cause remember, I think Diddy did that one time before. He had a party, and it was a bunch of men that was over there.
Diddy always having slumber parties.
Yeah, so you know what I'm saying. That's probably what it was. Yeah, them all had them slumber party brunch. Okay,
that's his special.
No sir, I'm too grown to stay at a nigga house. I got my own key. The hell I want to stay at
on a whole lot
talking about watching movies. Okay.
Man, we need to have dinner. We need to have dinner together.
I don't watch a movie, nigga.
I ain't lying. I can pull that up on my phone if I want to watch this shit. Why I got to come to your house? You crazy? Nah, bro.
He said we're gonna watch it with THX sound.
Jeffrey Dahmer done changed the way you have company, man.
Man. You said come over for what? Nah, I'm good, man.
Man, come in now, bro. I wait in the car.
Yeah, bro.
I ain't lying.
I don't get through and come on now.
Yeah.
Hey,
man, I'm gonna shoot you a text, man. Let you know what a slumber party gonna be. A slumber party. The fuck we supposed to wear? Oh, yeah, it's a PJ night. Nah, bro. That's for kids. You not finna deal with me like that. No, sir.
Onesies.
Yeah, everybody wearing onesies in there. And everybody got snuggles in that bitch.
You know they got the ones with the back out on them, man.
Oh, damn.
Yeah, you're right. Because they got it for the women. You know what I'm saying? A little flap up. Yes, sir.
Yeah, I say now. What about?
And they look out. They love them so-called thug niggas. Look, look, they gonna hook the thug up with Dr. Dre and Snoop. Hey, come on, get them this West Coast baby.
Yeah, I don't even let nobody ride behind me, man. You know I can't ride.
Nah. I got games. We gonna play pin the tail on the donkey.
Look, Dre said that. I mean, Slim said that boy Dre was the plug. So you know, hey, Dre was the bottom. He went up. He probably was bottom and the top. Hey, hey.
They were all the way around.
Allegedly, Dre was the bottom and the top because they said you got to go through Dre. Slim said, "Boy, you had to go through Dre." Ooh. Gatekeeper.
Yes, sir.
Hey, them be the main one, goddamn thugs.
You know it.
Damn.
But you be
all that just for fame. I ain't shit. If I got to be rich that way, keep me broke. Man, I know how to come up. I go dig a ditch.
Hey,
shit, I work for the city. I'll be on the Thursday trash route.
Mud getter shit. I'm gonna get it out the mud, baby. I'm good.
Yeah, facts. I don't knock who, you know what I'm saying? Don't get me wrong. I don't knock what you do, but I just don't condone shit like that. I don't play that type of radio.
I knock what
my shit got a power button.
Look, been there, done that. I ran that motherfucker like I ran that motherfucker like Chase himself, Chase Bank. Been there, done that. You know, hey, that when I was young. Baby. Well, y'all, guess what? It's 12:06. Y'all know I gotta get my peeps up for school. But listen, y'all, it has been a wonderful night with my fellas up here with me. Thank you all so much. I love y'all. Blessings to all my fellas up here. Shout out to all my moderators in the comment section. All my moderators in the comment section that has headed down B Tips. Everybody in the comment section, shout out and blessings to you all. Tune in again on tomorrow. I ask that when you leave out, please be so kind to hit that like button. Comment, share, subscribe to the channel. Therefore, when we go live, you will get the notification. Once again, hit that like button, comment, share, subscribe to the channel so that you'll be notified when we go live. Again, thank you all so much for tuning in to Truth Be Told TV, where you going to get the real and nothing but the real. Peace, love, and blessings to all you all. Tune in again on tomorrow at 9 p.m. Eastern Time. All right, now.